Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to the Gav Goes In podcast. Don't forget to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. Got man like Alex on. Alex, what you saying?
I'm all good, bro. How are you? You all right?
Well, getting there, man. I'm not too bad. Not too bad, man. Just obviously a bit of issue with this bloody speaker, but no, apart from that, man, I'm all good. How's things?
Nah, that's good. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Still gymming, still hunting, but we're good, man. Surviving. That's all that matters, man.
Cool. You been watching any of the football? Or?
Yeah, I've seen some of the highlights. I've watched some of the highlights. I was gonna watch the Real Madrid highlights today and see what that's saying. Watch some.
Who they playing? Real Madrid.
I think they played the other night.
Against Chelsea. Right?
Yeah, I think it was Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-2 up in the bit, wasn't it?
That's good. That's good. Chelsea's pre-season is looking dire. But I said,
I think they just announced another signing today. Actually, Aaron Anselmino from Boca Juniors, but he's gone back there on loan.
Do you know that they've signed 44 players? 44 players. 44.
What's his name?
Who's that?
The geezer they signed. What's his name?
Aaron Anselmino.
Yeah.
They just signed him from Boca Juniors, but they've loaned him back. I think I only paid like 8 mil for him or something like that.
It's not a bad idea. That kind of like buy them early and loan them back, so long as they can get permission to play in the country. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, why sad? If I was a Chelsea fan right now, I'd be standing alone in the dark corner, just reminiscing the better days. It's paired. It's paired.
Yeah,
it is paired.
Don't make any sense what they're doing.
You know what though? They deserve it, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. They deserve it because of how they treated Poch. They deserve this period. Because what happened to Poch at the beginning was he had a shaky start. Then in the second half of the season, things started to click far more often.
Yeah.
Fucking mosquito. All right. Yeah, so the same thing is going to happen to this Maresca guy.
You think?
Yeah. They've got a lot of stuff they need to iron out. They're an inexperienced squad. So it's not like the only thing that this squad is experienced is chopping and changing managers.
Yeah.
That's the only experience they have.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long it's going to take them to adapt to his system, but it's going to be shaking in the beginning.
No, it's not look good in preseason when I'm watching. Honestly, it's not look good.
At times,
you know what though? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who they how he's gonna line up. So I mean, obviously they've just signed that Samu Omarodian from Atletico Madrid. I mean, is he coming in to be the main striker? Huh?
How do you pronounce these names?
Samu Omarodian, yeah.
I don't even know. I just looked at it.
When it comes to names, man, I'm the guy for that. Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, I don't really rate him if I'm honest, but they've obviously seen something in him to part with 35 mil. But I mean, is he going to start ahead of Jackson? I don't know. You know, you'd think if you're spending that amount of money on him, he's probably coming
Tony,
in.
Though? Why not?
Well,
there you
go. There you go. Ivan Toney. I can't believe Ivan Toney's not been targeted by many other clubs, but.
For certain clubs, I understand it.
Yeah.
Because they have already invested, like us, for example, we already invested a ton in Nunes, and the club are trying to get their money's worth, and they to an extent, they believe that he'll come good. Man United have Rasmus Højlund that they've bigged up for a while, and I don't think that they're
Rasmus, yeah?
Yeah, I think that they're rating him at the club, so I don't think they want to like rock the boat with a Tony type signing. I think they're kind of inclined to build. Chelsea need him. Tottenham could do with him. Man City don't need him.
Tottenham going in for Solanke, don't they?
I still think that's a risk.
That's actually a good signing.
I think you know what? Yeah, it is a good signing, but I think how much they're looking to pay for him. I think I see something like 65 mil or something.
Yeah, bump that up, man. Bump that figure up, man. Bump it to a 70, bro. Give me that 20%.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what,
cool.
do you still get
I'd be
20%
up for that.
in that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think Chelsea gets signed as well for that. Yeah.
That's I'm cool with that.
60. I think I heard 65. It could even be more than that, but for sure, man. I think he's a good player, but Ivan Toney for me he should be the ideal player for many clubs. Let's be honest, but there's obviously something going on as to why no one's even bidded for him, and obviously they got an injury to their summer signing as well.
Honestly,
which they're trying to say that Toney might be staying now. But
I think some people want to wait and see what he does because when he came back, he never set the world alight.
Yeah,
and it was that free. Yeah, so I think some of the people who probably would have taken a punt on him will probably wait until the January transfer window.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, or maybe the last week of the window. Yeah, I reckon. I think last week of the window, I think you might see some movement on him. Because I can't believe that no club is gonna wait till January to try and sign him. You know what I mean? So
how do you rate your preseason so far?
Man United. You know what? Yeah, I haven't watched every single game, but from what I have seen, do you know what? It looks promising, to be honest. And the reason I say that is because the very fact that, for starters, Amad Diallo, for me, the fact that Amad's finally starting now, and he's going to be starting against Man City this week, and he should start the first game of the season against Fulham, is showing me that it's not Ten Hag that is, as I say, it's not Ten Hag for me that is the main root of this. I think it's an Ineos thing where they're saying to him, you know, you've got certain players. You've got certain players there that haven't been playing that need to be getting more game time, and the fact that someone like Amad is finally starting and he's producing, it's a good step in the right direction for me. I think it's
a little premature with the first team selection. I think he could start him, but when it comes to pre-season, because of the Euros and whatnot, and the times of players coming back, like certain players held starting berths in the pre-season games, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll translate into the league, innit?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm going to listen.
No. To be fair, we've looked decent. My biggest worry is I feel like we're just going to go into the season with the same players. It's looking that way.
And you're looking at getting De Jong.
We're never going to get him. We're never going to get him. We're never going to get him.
I don't think you should go for him.
Neither do I. I just think we've tried 3 times. He said no to us 3 times. Let's leave him alone. Let's leave him alone and find somebody else.
Because of like his profile, I don't think you need that in the team.
Yeah.
I think you need someone who can, because you don't really play with a pivot. Not really.
No.
You need someone who could at least has the legs to play a lone 6. So you know that geezer from Atalanta, Emerson.
Yeah, Edison. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really. He's not someone that I particularly want, if I'm honest. But I hear what you're saying in terms of the profile. I think Frankie De Jong's profile, for me, I would always sign Frankie De Jong because I think he's a quality player. But I think the profile in terms of what Man United are looking to do now, he's not that profile in terms. You know what I mean? Because you need someone that's very mobile, strong in the midfield, and obviously there's talks about Ugarte. Again, Ugarte is more of a ball winner. And
what do you think you need though?
So for me, Man United needs someone that is defensively disciplined, good on the ball, and that's a ball winner for me. And I look at someone like Youssef Fofana from Monaco. I think he's the ideal profile because he's physical. You know, he can travel with the ball. In terms of his defensive actions, he's quite disciplined in that sense as well. And I think the main thing is he's in his last year of his contract, so you can at least get him for like 30 mil. So I think someone like him would be ideal. Frankie De Jong, as I said, I would always go for a Frankie De Jong, but I think because of the wages on as well, because I think he's on about 600 grand a week at Barcelona. So for him coming to Man United, he's not going to take anything less than that, really, is he? Or if he's gonna drop off, it's gonna obviously stretch Man United's wage budget. So
how much did you say he's on?
He's on 600 grand a week at Barca. Yeah, he's their highest paid player.
He's a good player, but it's not worth that.
No way. Like, he's not worth that. And obviously, he's been injured as well. And the fact is, he's someone that, you know, on his day, he is arguably one of the best midfielders in the world on his day. But I think coming to Man United in the way that Man United look like they want to play, maybe it's like they may have missed the boat on that one probably. But yeah, I do like him though. I do like him.
I think it's the wrong profile that for you guys. If that's if you guys want to keep Kobe and Bruno, it's the wrong kind of signing. Ugarte would have been a really good one. Fofana would have been a really good one, just because you need someone who's got legs, who can actually run back. So you know when you get played down the side and someone's going to cut it in, and people need to track their runners, you need someone who can run. So,
someone that's mobile, yeah.
So that type of player would have been ideal for you. De Jong is kind of like for me, it's like an old United signing. So you know the pre-Ineos era, where you'd sign really good players, but a lot of them were on high wages and didn't quite fit what you needed. So that's why I think I don't know. There's certain things that make me kind of question what United are doing. When I was watching the Liverpool United game, I saw elements of good things, but then I can't honestly say I saw much different in how you played from last season.
Yeah,
when I was watching
exactly the same.
So I know that
I would say the pressing, how Man United are pressing now, I think it's a bit more structured, a bit more organized, you know, and it seems like that's the way that they're gonna go.
You know what? I think you've got more players who will press at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't think it's overly structured, because I don't think how can I put it? I don't think the press adjusts enough. So when you have someone pressing two centre backs, that you have to press in a particular style. If you have someone who slots back into that position as a three, you press in a different style, because you're covering certain spaces and you're trying to shut down the passing lanes and pressure the players. I think when we was playing you, we got down the sides too easy once we got past that initial press. I think when we were playing you, our biggest problem was that a mix of Konate being rusty and Jones hanging on to the ball for too long. So we were losing possession when we shouldn't have been losing possession. We were picking out passes, Konate, when we should have been playing those particular passes. There were different passes on at the time. So I think that was more of us being rusty. I don't know. Against Arsenal, I think you pressed relatively well, especially to get the goal. But aside from that, if I was to look at Man United last season, there were times when you guys pressed well and times when you didn't. So I think your pressing has improved, but I don't think the organization in your attack or defense has improved.
Yeah, well, I think in terms of the defense, I think the defense is an issue now, obviously, with Lenny Yoro being injured. For me, and it's essential Man United do get another defender in. You know, obviously, there's been talk about Man United playing with a high line, obviously, which means you need quick defenders, you know, and obviously, that's something I agree with. But again, I think having a structure in the midfield, because it's all well and good having quick defenders to push the line up. For me, you still need to have mobile midfielders, you know what I mean? But I think most importantly, they need to have midfielders in the team that are adept at either keeping the ball, or if you're going to have a mixture in there of being someone that is going to press as well in there, you know. And I think at the moment, Man United have a bit of a mixture in that midfield, definitely. So if you look at all their midfielders right now, for instance, there's not one midfielder there that's good in the first phase, and you've got a lot of midfielders there really that are more effective off the ball. You know, you'd probably say Kobe. I wouldn't put Casemiro in there because Casemiro is a bit more defensive.
Yeah.
And then obviously again, Eriksen doesn't really play. So you're looking at McTominay, Bruno, Mount, who are three players that have been playing the majority of the games from last season or this season.
He's one reason why I think you pressed better.
Who's that?
Mount.
Yeah. He'll run all day.
But the issue is you can't like he's gonna play Bruno because he's made Bruno the captain. Yeah, you can't play Bruno and Mount in the same midfield. So how are you gonna fit in Mount if you want to go with this pressing midfield?
That's for me. That's been the irritation for everyone's preseason at the moment. Apart from Chelsea. Chelsea had most of their players, so you could see more or less what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City all have a ton of players coming back now into training now. So we ain't gonna really see what our teams are gonna look like until these last two preseason games and your Charity Shield match.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to Man United, it's kind of, on one hand, I don't want to judge you guys too early because I do think you guys have improved. And that could be by virtue of sticking with the same manager. So people are learning, becoming more comfortable in their roles. But I do think that you have like a glaring hole in the middle of the park that needs fixing. I think in your defense, De Ligt would have been a good option. I think Euro, I was just surprised that you guys were looking to start Euro. But when I started reading stories about that was what he was looking for, then if you guys trust him and think he's good enough, if he's good enough, he's ready to play, basically. So,
but the thing is, the manager made a mistake because Euro wasn't even training before the Arsenal game, and then he throws him in there, and now he's out for 3 months. So, again, that's Euro wasn't even training.
Wasn't Ian Parser training?
No, he wasn't training. He wasn't training. The manager just threw him in. No, he wasn't training. The manager just threw him in, and obviously, now he's out for 3 months. So again, it was a meaningless game that he done that. And now United are paying for it. And in a sense, though, you know what? Yeah. Even though he's injured now, it could be beneficial for him because obviously he's 18, was bought for the amount of money he was bought for. Yeah. And I think all the pressure would have been on him. So now when he does come back, obviously the season would have already been started.
Yeah.
He can kind of just find his way rather than having all the pressure on him.
I think it'll depend on the situation. For example, if you buy another defender, it doesn't have to be De Ligt, just a competent defender,
yeah.
And you're in an okay position by the time he comes back. Then you can bleed him in slowly. It's okay. It's cool.
Exactly.
But if you're in a situation where you've got another injury or something, and he needs to come back and hit the ground running, then I think that will turn up the pressure. But in general, just because it's Man United, if I'm being honest, he can't avoid it because as soon as he touches grass for Man United, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Everyone's eyes are going to be on Lenny Euro, who you guys picked Liverpool and Real Madrid to. Regardless of Liverpool walking away, it was still beforehand. It was still a player we were interested in. So you picked us and Madrid to this player. There is nowhere on God's green earth that he's going to start at any point in time in the season, and he's not going to have all eyes on him critiquing every single move.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Caicedo team.
The thing is, though, what he has got on his side, though, is that he has got experience of playing. Like, I think he's played about, 60 games for Lille? So he's got 60. That behind him. Yeah, I think he's played about 60 games for Lille. Might even be slightly few more. But he's got that.
The sweet spot is probably 130 games,
Who's that?
For like experience, the sweet spot is probably around 120, 130 games.
Yeah. But obviously, bearing in mind, he's only 18. You know what I mean? So there ain't going to be no 18-year-old that's played that amount of games realistically, is there?
Pedri.
What, at 18?
Pedri's not 18.
Pedri's 21 now. Yeah. But again, there isn't many 18-year-olds in football that have played that amount of games.
Well, that's usually why for certain players in certain positions, you usually wait till like the 19, 20, and then people go out and buy them. I think the only reason why Man U and Liverpool and Madrid were going to look at buying them now is because when it comes to these kind of players,
they go Madrid or Barca.
Years time, the price goes from 30 million to 80 million.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense to go in for them, loan them out or something or whatever it is. Just find a way to get them experience. In that meantime,
the thing as well, Man United have made an investment. So whatever happens with Lenny Yoro, if they do sell him on in the future, they're going to make money from him more than what they paid for him. If he stays, then that means Man United are in a good place. So whatever happens, they're gonna make their money one way or another from him, which is good. And obviously, again, for them to compete with Real Madrid in getting a player and then actually getting the player over him, again, is good for the club.
Out of all the centre backs, the young centre back, she's one of the really good options in terms of investment.
Yeah, exactly.
The centre back I wanted was Calafiori. That was the first name I wanted.
Calafiori, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Arsenal got him. If we got Bastoni, I'd be laughing.
Yeah,
but
in terms of if you went for him,
I think we can get him. I heard some loose links, but we'll see what goes on. I think we are in for a centre back. But in terms of
you've been linked with Zubimendi, innit?
Yeah, it's just how I see the Zubimendi thing. I think he'll be a Liverpool player.
I don't think he's going there.
And I think, well, put it this way, I don't think we would have gone so far down the road with Zubimendi unless we had some kind of inclination that he was willing to come.
Yeah.
Especially considering the fact that Hughes has dealt with his agent before and the club has dealt with his agent before. So his agent has he's the same agent as Xavi Alonso and another player that Bournemouth signed in the past. So they have like a working relationship. And when it comes to the Spanish league and buyout clauses, all you have to do is get an inkling from the player, sort out the contracts, and pay the buyout clause. The only reason why I think it wouldn't happen immediately for Liverpool is if we turn around to Real Sociedad and say, okay, we can pay. If you want to avoid paying the buyout clause and want to amortize it, so spread it over a couple of years. So that could mean we pay like a little bit extra or whatever. To organize a deal.
Do you know what his buyout clause is?
It's about 51 million.
60 million.
Not that much.
Pounds. 51 million pounds, I think it is.
No, it's 60 million pounds.
Euros.
I think it's it's
euros, bro. It's euros.
Sure.
100%. It's about
what I see the other day. I know Ugarte is 60 million euros, but from what I see of the Zubimendi one, I heard someone say that the other day it was 60 million pounds, not euros.
Now I'm going from what I read in the article because I've heard people say that, but I can tell them they're probably just misspeaking. So when everybody quotes numbers, for example, you guys didn't sign Lenny Yoro for 60 million pounds, did you?
No. It's in installments. It works out to like I think about 9 million a season or something like that.
Yeah, but overall, what is it?
52 mil.
50 mil. So when most people spoke about that deal, they quote it in euros or dollars because it makes it sound more inflated. But in essence, it's about the same amount.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to the Zubimendi thing, I think what it is because he said no to Arsenal and Man United apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, were interested in him, but like Fabrizio Romano come out and said that he doesn't know if there was concrete interest, which doesn't really mean much. Because if you talk to a player's agent and say, okay, would he be interested in coming? And they say no, then the answer is no. So you don't go for it. So it makes sense that United will be like, okay, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to waste the time.
Yeah.
The same with Arsenal. So it was probably a similar level, but I think Arsenal watched him more a season ago. I think it was. And I think City did the same thing. They just watched him a season ago. So because of him turning down those deals, and he turned down, I think, Barcelona and Bayern Munich. I think that's why people are saying, "Oh, he wants to stay in Spain or stay at Sociedad." But at the same time,
I think personally, it's going to be hard for him to leave because you got Barca after him. And again, if Liverpool really want him, there's no negotiation. Just pay the release clause. You know what I mean?
Nah, the only negotiation would be if we want to spread the payment out, so we work something out with the club where they could get more money out of it, for example, and we don't have to pay as much up front, so we have more.
So you're paying more over time.
Yeah, yes. So we basically have more for this year to spend in the window. Yeah. Or they may decide just pay the fee up front. Yeah. So there's different ways we can do it. So they're probably just exploring that now and sorting out his contract. That's what I think they're doing right now. Because I don't think we would have gone this public, especially with it, unless there was something going on. So I think
the only problem I would say though for that signing, is that for me, I don't know if this signing works in the Premiership for Liverpool because you've already got someone like Alexis McAllister in there, who's quite a similar ball player to Martin Zubimendi. No. But in terms of the profile, unless it depends what way Liverpool's midfield is going to set up, because Liverpool obviously sat with a deep lying defensive midfielder in Fabinho in the past.
But
if Zubimendi comes there, he could obviously play that role. But then if you're going to have Alexis McAllister next to him, and then you're going to have who on the right side of that?
That doesn't. How can I put
Dominic
it?
Szoboszlai?
That role doesn't exist for Liverpool anymore. It's not the same role.
Change that role.
The system's very different in that respect. So if you watched the game when we were playing you had Curtis Jones and Ryan Gravenberch as a double pivot. Klopp never used to play a double pivot. Not really. He used to play staggered eights, but not staggered to the extent or as deep as Slot would play them.
So Curtis Jones is now playing double pivot.
Yeah, that's what he's been playing. The only difference is in Slot's formation is once they progress the ball up the pitch, one of the pivot can go sometimes and join the attack. But in general, when it comes to defending or getting back into shape, it's always two at the back, two in the midfield to anchor that. So with Zubimendi, if it was just him as a lone six, I would have been, oh no, you should have got Emerson. But because
he can play lone six, though. He can play lone six.
He can, but I don't. That's not the system that he was bought for. So if you look at the system, the reason why I'm happy about the signing isn't just because he's a popular name. The main reason I'm happy about the signing is because you brought in a new manager who has a slightly different style of play, and to make his style of play work as fast as possible, you need to identify the right targets that make that particular system work, regardless of whether people think it would work in the Premiership or not. You need to get the right targets to make it click. So if you're profiling a player to make that work, after having watched what I watched in pre-season, that was a profile that we needed most to get through the door first.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you what you wanted to get through the door first. I thought you wanted to assess the replacements for obviously Van Dijk, possible Trent, and Salah. I thought that was one of the main things you wanted to address.
Well, there were two things. There were two things with the signings that they said. They said they want to assess the squad for Arne Slot, and they said that signings will happen later on in the season because of the tournaments. So the Copa America, the Euros, and the Olympics. So it's not surprising that now those tournaments are over for a lot of these players, that we're starting to make signings. So that's why I haven't been as stressed, because in the past, for example, you would have like Fabinho signed at the opening of the window. Most of our business would be done in the first 2 weeks of the transfer window.
Yeah.
Because of the change in manager and the change in the backroom staff and the timing of when that change happened, it makes sense that we didn't make those signings very early on. So the manager having time with the squad, I think, was good, because you can look at the younger players and see who he wants to keep in the squad for this season. He needs to be loaned out and so forth, which is kind of like, if we want to buy a defender, what level of defender do we want to buy? Do we want to buy a Bastoni, or do we want to buy someone who's younger? Do we want to buy someone who's for the future, or do we need a stopgap? Like, what is it? Is Joe Gomez staying? Nat Phillips going? All that kind of
You,
stuff. So
you know,
for
Liverpool, in actual fact, them having a left-sided centre back would actually work well for the balance of their team anyway. You know what I mean? Because if you look at all the top clubs really, all of them really are trying to have balance in terms of having a left-footed on the left side, right-footed on the right side. You know what I mean?
We've been scouting that profile
that type,
for 3 seasons. We haven't signed anyone as yet, which has been annoying.
But you know what though, the necessity for it hasn't been there because obviously Van Dijk's there still. So
Van Dijk was still there. Robinson was still fit all the time. So it wasn't really like needed in the club system to push for that. We didn't really need that because of, how can I put it? Because you had Virgil with that long switch to the right, and Trent Alexander-Arnold with that long switch to the left. We had ways of not needing that basically, and Virgil van Dijk was good in that position. Even though I think he'd be just as good on the right side, I do think that having the option. The reason why I like Calafre is because he could play left back or left centre back, but he was good at both. Which is why I like the idea of signing Bastoni because he's good at both. So hopefully that's the kind of signing we make next, and then a forward player. But when it comes to Zubimendi, he's exactly what the doctor ordered. When it comes to that midfield, and I was watching the way they was building up, and I watched Endo, like that's who's being replaced at the moment. It's Endo, because Endo was brought as a stopgap when we didn't get Caicedo. Now the profile changed because it's no longer Klopp. If it was still the Klopp system, you would need a Caicedo type player, a very mobile player. But now the system's changed. I think the profile changed slightly because we needed the type of player who could control a game on and off the ball. So we needed more of the intellect in midfield. So I think that's why it's a perfect signing.
Yeah. My only worry is obviously because he's so technically gifted.
Yeah.
I don't want him to have like a Nuri Sahin / Saul Niguez type of like effect where the Premier League's a bit too fast for him and things just fly past him, and he has like the odd moments of brilliance here, and then all of a sudden everyone says, well, he's not good enough, and so forth and so forth, when technically he is. I just wonder, is the speed of the Premier League and the speed of how Liverpool are in transition going to be a problem for him? Do you still think that would make him an ideal signing, or do you think he might be someone where you'd have to pick and choose what games work for him so you can still get the best out of him without him coming under too much scrutiny?
With him, funny enough, I don't think it's the transition in terms of his physical attributes that are going to matter. It's the mental side of it. So how fast can he scan? How fast can he play the pass under pressure? Can he hold the ball up under pressure and make a decision quickly? Because that's what he's going to have to do, because he's going to get pressed heavily in the Premier League and quickly. Yeah. So long as he can keep up with that side of the game, and there's no avoiding that, no matter who we play, at some point in time in the game, someone's going to try and do that to him especially because of the system that we play in baiting the press. So when it comes to get targeted. Yeah. So in terms of when we play transition football, the runners don't really come from the deep line 6.
Yeah.
So even the other pivot is more like a deep 8 when they push up. So that could be like a McAllister or someone else. They have to run a bit more, but not as much, because the way that we attack heavily involves the wingers, similar to how Klopp used to play with the wingers and the fullbacks.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of running up and down the pitch, it's not going to be the same, because it's more possession based. So we recycle the ball a lot more than we would have on the clock. So on the clock, we press, counter press, and we go straight away.
Yeah.
And the only time we would really recycle the ball is when we used to have the team sit like hemmed in their area. Then you'd see it recycle it, move it from side to side. That's where you see Klopp's possession style more. But with Slot's possession style, you see from the build-up continuously going through. So we're more inclined to recycle. We're more inclined to play on the trend on a type of transition, because it's not really counter-attacking or transition football. The only way you could call it transition football is just moving the ball quickly through the thirds, but it's not technically just simply long balls. A lot of them are like quick interchange passes, and then you go. So I think for him, he's kind of like the one guy I would say I hope he doesn't get injured, because we don't really have other people that I would want to play his position. I know McAllister can play that position, but I don't want him in that position.
Mm.
So I think I'm happy. I'm just looking forward to the next couple of signings, because I think these signings that are being made will most likely be similar to our Alisson and Fabinho signings, our Van Dijk signings. Those players who just made it work, kind of like how Gini Wijnaldum, they just made the system work. It's a different system, and I don't really I know people say the Premier League's faster, so forth and so forth. I think it's not just that. I think if you buy the right profile of player that fits your system, then the players are more likely, who are technically gifted, to acclimatize to that quite well. For example, when Thiago played for us, and that season he did play, his style is highly technical, but he suited that system because the system changed slightly to accommodate him.
Mm.
So he wasn't doing as much running as a Henderson would ever do, for example. So it works. It just, I think so long as the manager and the recruitment team are smart with who they go for, I think moving to the Premier League from a league like La Liga isn't very difficult. I think the Portuguese league, slightly harder. The Bundesliga, it can be hit or miss, and the same with Ligue 1. It's hit or miss.
Then I probably think it comes down to the manager as well, as how well he manages the side and how best he analyzes the whole squad from day to day and from match to match, to really be like, okay, I know we got Thiago, so I know exactly how I'm going to play him. Whereas I think certain managers that have come to Man United probably haven't done that really. They probably just looked at, okay, we've got Rashford, cool, we're going to use the wings. Or we've got Fernandes, everything must go through Fernandes. Whatever happens with the rest is what happens at the rest. And I think Solskjaer kind of got it right to a certain extent. He knew that Fred was going to run, so Fernandes could have a free role. Scott was just going to be there to just be there. And then obviously with the Ronaldo signing, like he said, he needs people that the team needed to run. And when we were running, we were working. And then once Ronaldo came, it was just like, all right, so the ball's basically going to go through Bruno and it's going to go through Ronaldo. Whatever everybody else is doing is whatever everybody else is doing. And that's where I think our problems came, is our managers probably aren't analysing every single player and putting out a team that works with every single player, just like them saying...
What? I never thought I'd do this, I think I need to defend Solskjaer, because the player that he wanted was Haaland.
Yeah.
And he got Ronaldo. The only reason why you bought Ronaldo is because he didn't want him to go to City.
Haaland wouldn't have worked in this system though, as well. Haaland wouldn't have worked in this Man United system. The thing is, the Haaland that you're seeing now at Man City is perfect for Haaland, because Man City have a ton of creators and he's like the missing piece. So in a sense where you've got, he's got his physical attributes and he's got his pace. He's got his, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a great finisher, but he obviously can score goals. And he'd work perfectly for Man City system because everything is geared towards getting him goals. Now,
hold on. When Solskjaer was there, one of your best players during that period of time was Bruno Fernandes. He was doing numbers.
I wouldn't say Bruno Fernandes was.
No, but he was doing numbers. He was doing numbers during that period of time.
But again, numbers don't mean that you're the best player. This is what people need to.
Okay. The best performing player, yeah. So during that time, you could probably pick someone else that you liked, but if you matched his numbers with what he was putting on the plate for players with Haaland, that would have worked.
I'll tell you why it wouldn't have worked. Yeah, I'll tell you why it wouldn't have worked. It's the same reason why Bruno and Ronaldo didn't work. It's because you said to me, obviously Bruno's numbers. Yeah, Bruno's numbers went down as soon as Ronaldo came in. Why? Because the team changed the way that they played for Ronaldo. So what it means is that someone's going to miss out. It don't mean that if Haaland comes in. So if Haaland comes in, that means somewhere else is going to miss out. So if you've got Rashford, let's say on the left-hand side, then you've got Bruno at 10, and then you've got Haaland up top. And then let's say, for argument's sake, you've got who's been playing there, like a Garnacho, let's say, on the right-hand side, who was playing. Someone's going to miss out. You can't have all these shoot-first players, all these goal-hungry players, and think it's going to work. And that's why, if you look at Haaland for Man City, he is the main source of goals, which means that, you know, Bernardo Silva is going to create. De Bruyne is going to create. Even Doku, as much as I don't think he's a great player.
Yeah, but
he's more of a wide creator.
If you would have signed Haaland, you'd have built the team around him.
But again,
you would have built the team to get him goals. You would have signed the players to get him goals. You didn't sign the players to get him goals.
But again, with what Man United already have, it's like Ronaldo was more than like, obviously they wanted to do the whole romance thing with Ronaldo bringing him back. You know what I mean? So when you're saying
City, that was the reason.
City didn't want Ronaldo. That's a lie. What it was,
where they were buying him.
No. What happened? Yeah, City coaxed Man United in to them bidding for Ronaldo because they couldn't have one of their idols go into their rivals. City Pep Guardiola doesn't basically play players like a Ronaldo. Haaland's a bit different because of Haaland's profile. You know, Haaland was obviously young. He's obviously younger. He's got more pace. He's more physical for the system of Man City. So the reason he works so well is because, again, you've got a bunch of creators around him. Whereas if you had, you know, a bunch of athletes, let's say in the Man City team, they would need more of a finesse kind of striker. So again, but with Bruno Fernandes, even though he did get the numbers, there's a reason why him and Ronaldo didn't work, because someone needs to be the fall guy, and obviously Ronaldo was always going to be the guy that was going to excel in terms of number wise ahead of Bruno.
Well, and that's just what he does.
If Pep had Ronaldo's, but if Pep had Ronaldo's egos, you said egos.
Oh, egos. Sorry, yeah.
If Pep had Ronaldo's movement in the box, he would have smashed it at Man City. Man City was one of the few teams, that could accommodate a Ronaldo. Man United was not.
But there's a reason why Pep didn't get him. Pep didn't really want Ronaldo. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean?
I believe.
And as I said, like, you know, with the likes of Bruno and Rashford still at the club, they've been a massive problem at Man United for ages. But I trust Ineos now to implement something which means that these two guys won't be getting away with the murder that they have been getting away with. And eventually you're going to see them moved on for better players anyway. So
is it Man United that have the clause in the contract where if you sell them in the last year or two of the contract, then the player gets a percentage of the sales?
You know what? I heard this yesterday, actually. I'm not too sure if that stands, but apparently, apparently if Wan-Bissaka's sold for 18 million, he'll get 9 mil or something, I heard.
What?
But yeah, that's what I heard. Like, I can't believe that to be true. You know what I mean? If that is true, then every player might as well just sit down and just relax on their contract. Because
that's the thing. Yeah. If you're looking at that situation,
maybe that's why players do that then.
Yeah. And Man United don't really have any assets like what's his name? Alvarez.
Yeah.
They don't have assets like that you're gonna sell for like 90-odd million. So I think selling them now, because when I was looking at your guys' season, you're talking about deleting all these players and how they're most likely coming in. It was you guys had to sell first, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of thinking, okay, I kind of need to like adjust my opinion on Ineos, and I can't be so hypercritical of this with the speed that they make these transfers or replacements or fixing the squad, because it might actually need another season.
Yeah,
because it's hard to move some of these players on because of their wages, and it's hard for the club to get enough bang for their buck when they're selling them if you're having to give a percentage over to the player.
I just think we don't have desirable players to really sell, really. I think who we got, I think probably just Bruno, Sancho, and maybe Rashford. Other than that, who would really want to come in for any of our players?
Someone would buy Mason. Someone would buy Mason Mount. Someone would buy.
I think if you look at the moment, yeah, for Man United's squad now,
yeah,
the only players I believe that can go to a better club than Man United, and forget Man United in terms of how they're performing now. I'm talking about in terms of stature, like going to a bigger club.
Yeah,
you're probably only looking at right now. I'd probably say Amad Diallo.
Now you got three. Yeah.
Who you think?
Yaro and Xerxes.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll see. I was gonna say Yoro and Xerxes, but because they're new signings, that's why I didn't include them.
Same.
Yeah. So I'm saying probably Amad, because I think everyone else
and Kobe
goes to a club that isn't at the stature of United. I think Amad can go and play for a Barca or a Real Madrid, easy.
But I think if he goes to a Barca, it's going to be one of them signings where they sign him just to sign him, not to sign him.
I don't think he wouldn't
go there because obviously Yamal's there. You know what I mean?
I don't think you have a player that starts for a big club at the moment.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
That's what I mean. We've got no one desirable, really.
I would agree. But when you're again though, yeah, when you're saying big club, if I'm talking about Barcelona, Real Madrid, yeah, would Onana start for as a ball playing goalkeeper? Yeah, but you'd obviously say Thibaut Courtois overall and has proved that he's a better keeper. Then if you go to right back, no, even I like Dalot, and I believe Dalot will get better, but Danny Carvajal, you would say, is ahead. And then again, you got Jules Koundé is actually a centre back, but can play right back. And Dalot possibly could go to Barcelona and start as a right back. In actual fact, I think Dalot could start for Barcelona because he's a more natural right back than what Koundé is. But then you go to Yoro, we mentioned already. Lisandro Martinez, could he start ahead of Eder Militao, David Alaba, Rudiger for Real Madrid? Possibly, but obviously he's been injury prone as well. Then you look at Ronald Arroyo, you look at Pau Kabasi as well. You could possibly say he could start for Barcelona. Left back, forget about it. Going into midfield. Obviously Cass is getting on. Kobe could for me. Kobe could as well.
I think a big club would buy Amas. They wouldn't start him, but they'd buy Amas.
Amas.
Yeah.
Nah, defensively he's not good enough. Technically, he's got something, but defensively he ain't ready.
That's why I'm saying they'd buy him, but they wouldn't start him. They'd probably like loan him out or just like bleed him in the cup games or something.
But again, he's already at a big club, so you know what I mean. He's at a big club, but
all right.
I think
let me change it. A more successful club, like recently successful club,
like who?
If he went to,
I could see him going to Arsenal type, Chelsea type of club.
Chelsea type. But if he was to go into the onto the continent, he would fit at a Dortmund. He would fit at like a few of these other clubs. Like let's say he went to like Leverkusen and played like because they play three at the back, so we could play at what do you call it?
A wing back.
A wing back, yeah, he could play that position. There's a few teams he could go to. He could go to Italy, where he would learn. But like I said, I don't think most of these teams would start him. So I'm not looking at, he's a starter. I think he'd be a player that they'd bleed into him, into the team, and kind of like coach him how to defend, because he's already got the marauding side. So I'll give you an example. Like he's the kind of like fullback Tottenham would love.
Oh yeah, perfect for Tottenham.
Yeah, he's definitely got something, but whether that's going to be enough for him to be a regular starter at any top club remains to be seen, because he's got a lot to work on. But yeah, for sure, man, he's got something. But yeah, I would personally say, yeah, right now, Ahmad and Kobbie are the only two Man United players that could get anywhere near a Barca, Real Madrid squad or lineup.
You really rate Ahmad, don't you?
Mate, I'm saying this now. Yeah. People, Ahmad is slept on. There's a reason why. Yeah, they were calling him Messi when he was at Atalanta. Yeah, Ahmad's skill set right now is arguably one of the best in the league, easily.
So when I was watching the preseason match, I was watching him and it's like, he's all right, but like I'll give you a compare. He's not like this player, but you know how Madueke does something really good.
Nah, he's better than Madueke.
Hold on. You know how Madueke will do something really good, and then another times he kind of fades out the game. And is inconsistent. That's what I see Ahmad as at the moment.
The difference between Ahmad and Madueke, Ahmad has consistent quality. If you watch whatever Ahmad does, he does it to a high level. And the thing with Ahmad, you got to remember, he done his apprenticeship for Sunderland in the Championship. And
you know what?
You had some Sunderland fans saying he's the best ever player that they've ever had. That's how good he is. And
where's Sunderland?
Sunderland, yeah. He went on loan to Sunderland in the Championship. He won young player of the season. And some fans were saying he's their best ever player they've had. Some fans were saying that. The thing with Ahmad, all Ahmad needs now is to just play regularly. Yeah. Play regularly in a team that wants to play a cohesive brand of football in terms of a technical side of it.
All right.
And you're gonna see how good this guy is from a pure talent standpoint.
Let me say it from this point of view.
He is one of the best in the league.
If you had a competent winger in that position, I don't think your gas for Ahmad right now would be so high. I think it would be more reserved. You'd be excited about him, but I don't think you'd be like boom. No.
Alex, let me say this.
Hold on. No, wait. I need to hear.
I know what you're saying, but no,
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying, dial it back a bit, because you're telling me he's the best in the league.
He. You know what? Natural talent. Yeah, he's one of the best in the league. I promise you, he's one of the best in the league. It's not even a debate. I'm willing to entertain it. He's one of the best in the league from a natural talent. Tell me someone on that right hand side that is better than him as a natural talent
at the moment.
Where does I'd probably say Cole Palmer.
Where does Oscar Bob play?
Oscar Bob can play right and left.
Yeah, he's better than him at the moment.
You think Oscar Bob better than Ahmad?
He's a wing forward.
Oscar Bob is sick. Oscar
Bob is sick.
Oscar Bob is sick.
He is, but he ain't better than Ahmad. I don't think you know how good this Ahmad guy is. Because I think what it is, because he's not been playing regularly, it's easy to say, oh, you're going to be overboard. Yeah.
Remember what I said about Kobbie Mainoo? Yeah.
Yeah. Kobbie's class.
I told you he's a very good player. But I think you guys need to slow down and wait for him to become more consistent. I think he'll become more consistent earlier than most of the players. But I think like everyone needed to slow down with him and not put too much pressure on his back, which is why I said in that final,
I agree.
In that final, he's going to not be influential. Like he's not gonna have like an impactful game. Yeah. And that's what happened. But he was a youth and he shouldn't be the main guy we rely on. Yeah.
Of course.
When it comes to Man United, because you have a dearth of good players in that position, that's why he's like an oasis in the desert at the moment. So I think he's a very good. You guys are very lucky to have a player like that, and I think he will develop into a very good player. But I think everything needs to, the expectations that I hear from some United fans, it just has to slow down a bit, because you guys are doing really good things. You're signing some good players. Yes, Xerxes and you're a very good player. Amad Diallo's a good player, but for me, maybe it's because I haven't seen as much of him. It's like, okay, I see an all right young player, but that doesn't mean anything to me, because I've seen a lot of okay young players who are talented, highly technical, but then how often are they going to produce? How often are they going to beat their man? How are they going to carry it forward in terms of consistency and form? What are you going to get at them? Are they going to develop into a player that's like a 9 or an 8, like every couple games, but for 10 more games, he's going to be like a 6 or a 5? Like, what kind of person is he going to become? With Amad, I have no idea. And I don't think, like, let's say if Anthony was balling at United, he was really good, and you had Diallo coming on, I think you'd be happy with Diallo. But I don't think your estimation of him from what you've just said would be as high, and that was only if Anthony was performing as he was at Ajax.
And also to say, I will say,
Alex, one minute, Alex. Yeah, I disagree, because I fully understand what you're saying. Because you think that because Man United aren't really where they're meant to be, when a player does come along, you kind of overhype.
No. I think you are where you're meant to be at the moment.
No. What I mean is because Man United used to be at the top, So
I know that side of it, but like, for example, in the early 90s, or late 90s, it would have been crazy for me to say that Liverpool should be here, should be there, without taking the current situation into context. Now, when it comes to Man United, I'm looking at Man United for like the past 12 years, and the decisions that have been made, it makes sense that you are where you are at the moment, that you have certain problems. You're now rectifying it, so it makes sense that there are going to be signs of improvement. You're very fortunate because you've had a good academy for a long time, and you're seeing a couple players come through. But I'm just saying, looking at the squad, looking at the situation with your manager, from everything, if I include everything you've said, I just think you guys need to be a bit more measured. I think it's great to be excited about players like Kobe and Amad Diallo, but I think you kind of need to give them.
I have no doubts about Kobe and Amad. But the thing with me, I'm consistent in what I say about certain players, and the thing is, Man United could be at the top. I will still be rating his players, because I'm very good at, like, for me, I'm very good at identifying what type of players that I like and who I feel. Obviously, many factors come into it. They got to obviously stay injury free, but if they're in a team that is thriving, these guys can no doubt get better. Obviously, with Kobe has his deficiencies, don't get me wrong, but in terms of his pure ability on the ball, it's not in question. The same with Amad, the same with Sancho, the same with Joshua Zirkzee. I didn't know too much about Joshua Zirkzee. Obviously, I know he was at Bayern Munich, but when he went to Bologna, I didn't really follow him too much. But from what I've seen of Zirkzee, this guy is going to be a top player, because there's just something different that these guys have, and it's not because they're at Man United. It's just that when I identify a player, I can kind of see what kind of players that I like. And for me, Zirkzee is another one. I'm not going to gas him up. He's another one that's got something special. And if the club are on the right trajectory for these players as well, you're going to see some of the best players in the league for sure. I have no doubt, especially about those 4 players: Amad, Kobe, Sancho, and Zirkzee. They just need to be put in the right system.
Do you think Amad is better than Saka?
Yeah, I do.
So okay. So now
there ain't no doubt he ain't better than Saka.
Right,
Saka's playing in a system for Arsenal that is meant to get the best out of him. That's what it is. And Saka with Saka doesn't have more natural ability than what Amad does.
Okay. All right. That's for me, I'm gonna say this. I think, obviously, with your point of saying that he's the best in the league at what he does, I can't really agree with that because I've only seen him play in the league. What I think he got two.
No, but I
two
didn't say
league
that.
games.
I said natural ability. I didn't say he's the best player in the league right now. I'm talking about natural ability. If you look at his natural ability from a technical standpoint, yeah, there's no one really that is better than him.
So if I was to compare a young player like Doak,
yeah? Like who? Sorry,
Ben Doak.
Ben Doak, yeah, he's not on his level.
So what is not on Ben Doak's level?
No, Ben Doak's not on Amaz's level.
So see, this is what I'm saying. We have
but he's not.
Wait, hold on. Let me pause. We have Ben Doak here that beats his player way more often than not, and he's constantly terrorizing defenders. Yeah, his end product is a bit shaky. He has a first team goal. I think he's got one or two of them. And when he has played for us, he's actually played extremely well, and he's very young. He's not lightweight. Yeah, he's a bully. He's a bully on the pitch. Yeah, and he looks to have a very high ceiling.
Okay.
And I honestly look at him and say, when it comes to taking players on, I don't think there are many players in the league that can come close to his natural ability to do that. That's one of the key things I've seen from him. Like you have to 2-3 man up on him to think of getting the ball off him sometimes. Like he's just dangerous. Yeah. So, but I'm not gonna then turn around and say, oh, he's better than Saka because I can see that promise in him. At the moment, he's not better than Saka. Could he be one day? Maybe.
But it's subjective when you're saying this because if you ask me, is he better than Saka? Yeah. Is he better than Saka at what? That's my point. So that's why when I said he's natural talent, I didn't say he's a better performing player than these players because again, he's got to do it. He's got to do it this season.
I think your opinion when it comes to natural talent is highly subjective because if we're talking about a techie player that's got skill, and I showed you Mussolowski's highlights, you'd be like, wow, his natural ability is higher than X, Y, and Z, yeah? But he didn't make it through into the first team for Liverpool. Yeah, it's now gone. I wanted him at the club because I personally felt he could become a special player because he has those technical assets. But when it comes to Mussolowski, the young guy. So when it comes to the team, it's always going to be hard to get into that first team, especially the position he plays in. That doesn't mean he was a bad player, but when someone's young, two things, they need a pathway into the first team, which Dalot has at the moment, which is really good for him. But he also needs breathing space. Now, how many games did he play last season?
3, I think.
Not a lot.
He's played 3 games, yeah? So you don't really have a great sample size for him. You could see there's something there, which is promising. So then I think it's crazy to take that small sample size and then go, this geezer's natural attributes are better than everyone else in the league in that position.
But the thing is, okay, I'll ask you this then, yeah? Tell me what you think Saka has. Tell me why you think Saka's better than him then. What's the reason?
Saka's a player that has a crazy amount of experience at a very young age. And he has a ton of composure as well. He's been through it. And is a player that carried Arsenal for years. Yeah, he's one of their mainstay players in a position that they had spent a ton of money in and had duds. Yeah, so he's come into the team and he's staked a claim. Now he's a player that when teams play against Arsenal, and I don't like Arsenal. Yeah, but when teams play against Arsenal, you have to 2-man Saka because everyone goes, oh, he's just passing back. Give Saka space and see what he does with the ball because
Saka's not a guy. Saka's not a guy.
Listen to me. If you do not, they don't double team Saka.
No,
that's factually untrue.
He's a guy.
Wait.
He's a guy that you don't have to double team. He isn't that sort of player.
Listen. I'm telling you now. Out of everybody in the Arsenal team, yeah, the one they need to double team is Saka because Saka will score.
When has he been double teamed? I ain't taking that seriously. He's not a player you double team.
The reason why Arsenal play. Hold on, wait. The reason why Arsenal play that way on the right hand side is because he gets double teamed.
Nah, it's not, man. It's not. They play through Saka. Yeah, they try to play through Saka on that side again because he's the probably he's more the high profile player. But this double team thing, I ain't believing that. You don't double team players like him. You don't double team players like him.
Wait, do you watch Arsenal games?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. You don't you double team players. You double team players like a Neymar.
Alex, am I the only one who thinks this is crazy?
You don't double team players like Saka.
You do double team Saka, bro. I've seen him.
Why?
Team.
Why do you double team Saka?
Because he's a constant threat. He's their most consistent. He's their most consistent player. After him, Odegaard, players that
being your most consistent player doesn't mean you're going to get double teamed.
Not only that,
that's impossible.
He's been their most consistent player for years.
For numbers, I would say, yeah. For numbers.
Why are we acting like you can't have why are we acting that numbers don't matter? Why?
I didn't say numbers don't matter, but you're saying he's been the most consistent player. He hasn't. He's been the most consistent
as a young player coming up through in Arsenal. He has been their most consistent player. He's one of the young guys
in terms of numbers. Not performances. Let's not do that.
I wouldn't say he's had tons of good games. I haven't seen Saka have that many bad games since. But
again, it comes to do with what do you guys deem as a good performance? Because again, it's subjective. You know what I mean? What do you deem as good performance?
What's a good performance in your eyes? I think that the best way for us to understand what a good performance is probably from your opinion, because obviously.
So how I do if I'm looking at an attacking performance, someone that is consistent in terms of their passing, their creativity, obviously the forward runs in that as well, creating space for others. Obviously, if you're going to get a goal, if you're going to get an assist, you know what I mean. That's how I judge someone playing well. From an attacking standpoint. Saka doesn't always do that. Saka might go through a game where really that his touch ain't there, but then he might pop up with a goal at the end, and then someone will say, "Oh, he's played well." A lot of the times that happens. So as I said, if you're looking at it from a number point of view, then you can say he's been consistent, but his performances haven't been consistent. They haven't.
All right. His delivery has been consistent. Yeah.
His delivery. What do you mean?
Delivery. So in terms of delivering in moments when they need him, that has been very consistent for Arsenal, which is the reason why they've been able to push Man City close for the past 2 seasons. Yeah. Now, when it comes to Saka and his performances, people know when he's had a quiet game and he scored. People say he's had a quiet game, but he scored. Yeah. I don't hear everyone say that. Oh, he had an amazing game when he's just scored in the 80th minute, and done nothing else all game. I don't hear people say that about Saka at all. I hear people say that Saka is a pass-back merchant. That's what I hear about Saka all the time.
He's not even a winger, Saka. That's the problem.
And the thing is, when Saka's in that position and he passes back, he's passing back because the manager sees that as the most effective way of dealing with the players that 2-man up on him. Because when that happens, Odegaard likely finds himself in space. So then they take advantage of that and use the interplay between Ben White, Saka,
and Odegaard.
And Odegaard. So they take advantage of that situation and recycle it into that triangle. So it makes sense that he's passing back. Now, it's the kind of thing where people watch Pets football and get bored of it sometimes because they're constantly passing without it going direct. But that's the Arteta style. When he plays for England, you see him play slightly more direct, and teams have to 2-man up on him.
Well, no. He plays direct again because the system with the Arsenal system, he can play the little triangles with Odegaard. Because Odegaard, if you notice, Odegaard comes over to support him. And because Saka's obviously playing inverted, Saka's always going to be coming in and looking for that. For England, he hasn't got that because it's different players. So Saka's more, again, and this goes back to being an individual, because international football is more about the individual more than anything. Because You can't rely.
No, stop.
It is.
Stop. I'll let you say that before. I'm not letting you ever say that again. After watching the Euros, after watching
wait.
I sat there and I thought, pause.
International football is about individual quality. Listen. Because you are not relying on club football week in, week out.
So we've discussed Spain's best teams being their style of play being based on what their top clubs were doing. We've discussed the same thing about Germany, yeah. We've discussed similar things about France, yeah. We've discussed similar things about Italy. Now, all of these successful teams, yeah, have a style of play. Even Uruguay has a style of play. Colombia has a style. Jamaica has a style of play.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
No, they did. I watched them in the Copa America. I watched the Copa America. I could see what the manager was trying to do. Yeah. Now listen. Hold on. Pause. You're saying, oh, it's the individual things, the individual thing. No, it's how you get those individuals to work cohesively in a system as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, in a short space of time.
And we said before, to fix England, what do you need to do? You need to have a system and a way of playing that translates from the youth team into the adult team. Yeah, you need it all the way through. You need a style of play. You need to work on like patterns of play, the ways you defend, so everyone expects people to be in certain positions. When Spain is playing, it's not freestyle football. There's one team that I can remember in history where you can lay the accusation of freestyle football on, yeah, and that's Brazil. And that was only one iteration of Brazil.
Yeah, that's because they had about 5 or 6 players that it was a case of just put them in a team, they'll work it out. Because they had too much quality there.
So Argentina couldn't do it, even though they had quality for ages, yeah, with Messi. Couldn't do it, yeah. Look at the players that Argentina had during that period of time, yeah. During Messi's career, Argentina have had, on paper, one of the best sides every single tournament.
Yeah.
They didn't have the right style of play to match with those individuals, yeah? They didn't have the right team put out. You need the correct style and team put out, which is why Germany was successful, which is why France was successful, which is why Italy was successful, which is why Spain has been successful. So when you say it's an individualistic performance thing, that is just factually incorrect.
No, it's not. When I'm saying when it's not factually correct, yeah. Individuals for international, yeah, for international, yeah, will always overcome system players, especially in international football. I'll give you a quick example, yeah. Look at the impact that Cole Palmer had when he come off the bench. Who did he score against? Was it against Spain in the final?
Yeah.
Look at the impact he had come off the bench in comparison to a Saka. Yeah, that was nothing to do. That was nothing to do with Cole Palmer being able to play in the system or this other stuff you were saying. Yeah, it was just because
that had nothing to do with the fact that England decided to go for it.
No, it didn't.
5 minutes.
Cole Palmer,
and then stop.
Wait. Cole Palmer done that, yeah, because of his individual brilliance. It was nothing to do with.
I wouldn't
say it was no Messi run because it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was literally a pass back at the edge of the box.
Thank you. I was about to say that. As a pass back from who?
Individual. If you want to say individual, maybe you could say his assist for Watkins' goal. You could probably say that because no one in our squad did that. If you'd have said that, I'd agree. But his goal, anyone could have done that. Anyone of our players
not anyone. You think Saka scores that goal?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Did you see the goal Saka scored?
He doesn't.
Did you see the goal Saka scored?
I think you guys are rating Saka too highly, man.
No, wait. Do you remember the goal that Saka scored?
What one?
The only one he scored.
One of the best goals England scored in the tournament. The only one he scored, yeah. Does Cole Palmer score that goal?
I can't remember the goal, so you got to run me through
it. He can. He doesn't usually.
What goal was it? I can't remember. I can't remember what goal it was.
He cut inside.
When he rasped it at the bottom left-hand corner. Played a 1-2
sweetness
and then pinged it.
Oh, the one where you cut inside. Yeah, Cole Palmer can score that. What are you talking about?
Cole Palmer doesn't really take those
Cole
shots
Palmer
like
can
that.
score that, man.
Cole Palmer takes in that position.
You're overrating this
Hold
Saka guy, man.
on. I know, but remember, hold on. I rate Cole Palmer in that position. Cole Palmer usually takes a touch.
No, I don't think he does.
All right.
Nah.
That's
listen. But Bukayo Saka, yeah, is an effective player in the Arsenal system, yeah. But let me tell you this now, Amad Diallo, yeah, his natural talent is better than Bukayo Saka. You know, like I'm not entertaining anything else.
Maybe because he's an actual winger, I can agree there.
Who's the actual winger?
Diallo.
Amad's not an actual winger. Amad's not a natural winger. Amad's a number 10. He's a number just like Saka is not. Saka's not a winger. Saka's like a second midfielder playing out wide.
No, I thought Saka was a left back.
Saka come through as a left back, yeah. But you can tell by the way Saka plays. Saka can play as a central midfielder as well. He's not a wide player. It's the system that Arsenal play. If it's a system, Arsenal play a system where Saka can mix it up really. Because Odegaard comes in field and Saka can play the 1-2. That's why it works for Saka. And then occasionally he can get in behind. You know what I mean? Amad Diallo as a footballer is a more natural footballer than what Bukayo Saka is. Again, I ain't looking to entertain this any further because there's no one that's going to tell me that Saka is a better footballer than
all
Amad.
I'm saying
in terms of experience,
you've seen 3 matches.
Who's that?
You've seen 3 Premier League matches, yeah?
But I'm not talking about the Premier League matches. Again, I'm looking at what Amad possesses, yeah? If you want to talk about the experience, of course, Saka's got more experience in the game, yeah? So you can say right now, in terms of being there and done it,
all right,
of course Saka's going to be ahead of him.
Enlighten me to us what Amad Diallo has that Saka doesn't, or is better at
anything from an attacking standpoint. Anything from attacking standpoint, yeah.
Quicker feet.
Who's that?
Amad Diallo, yeah.
Anything you want to go. Passing, shooting, crossing. Anything you want to go on his first touch.
So if I look at his passing stats.
No, forget all the stats. I'm not talking about stats, yeah. From what I'm watching.
But we've only seen him 3 times. In all honesty, we've only
How do you know I've seen him 3 times? How do you know I've seen him 3 times?
Okay,
wait, stop. It's not 3 times. You've seen him about 5 times now, innit?
You don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've seen.
Okay, you watched him play at school. You watched him play school football. Bro, you watched him play school football.
All right, cool. Let me rephrase.
You watched him play in the year 11.
You don't know what I've seen. Go on. Let Alex speak. Go on.
All right. Okay, so fair to say, me and Lenz have probably seen him play the least. All right. So I'm gonna say, did you watch his whole season when he was at Sunderland? Were you watching him in the Championship?
I watched him play for Sunderland. I watched him at Atalanta when he came through for a few games.
Did you watch him at Rangers as well?
United. Huh?
Did you watch him at Rangers as well?
I watched probably that 1 game at Rangers, yeah.
All right, fair enough. I mean, if you
I'm trying to tell you,
then that's
it's easy to say Saka because Saka's playing regularly for Arsenal. But again, I'll mention it again. I'm talking about his natural ability to do stuff with a football from an attacking standpoint, yeah, is one of the best in the league for sure.
Oh, that reminds me. There's one thing I wanted to push back on. You was like, they're passing in the final third. I was like, yeah. I understand that you want someone to have good passing stats in the final third, but the most important thing is not necessarily that they're in the 90th percentile when it comes to their passing stats. It's that they're making effective passes, yeah, and they have end product. And end product is not always, a shot on target. Sometimes that could be an assist or a good cross, something like that, yeah. It includes that kind of stuff. And when it comes to Saka has that. He has that. So you may think that Amad Diallo has quicker feet. Maybe you think he's faster.
Who told you that I... Wait. Who said that I said about quick feet? That's what you said.
bear in mind, I said quick. You said
what you
you
said.
said
I never said that.
you said Amad Diallo is better in every single way, shape, or form. Then I said quick.
So let's talk about shooting.
Wait. I'm not even just playing with semantics. I said has quicker feet. Now, if you say that he's better in all aspects, then he has quicker feet. A lie. He's stronger, right? He can hold the ball off better, right? He's got all of that better than Saka.
Again, I said with the ball, you're talking about physical attributes.
All I'm saying is...
You're talking about physical attributes. You're talking about physical attributes. I'm talking about with the ball.
Hold on, wait, pause. Are you telling me physical? Wait, no. This is not 1960.
Alex, did I not say, yeah? Did I not say natural talent with the ball?
Bro.
Did I not say that?
You did.
Thank you. You're bringing in
one of the things you said. Attributes now. You said one of the things.
Physical attributes have ruined the game.
Physical attributes have ruined the game. Have ruined the game. Really. Okay. One of the best players I've seen play for Liverpool is Luis Suarez. What was Luis Suarez really good at?
What was he really good at? Football.
And what was one of the things that defined him and his style? How he used to protect the ball. That was part of his physical attributes with a low center of gravity.
I'm talking about
Messi.
Natural.
I'm not finished. Messi has an extremely low center of gravity, making it better for him to glide on the ball and move past players. Yeah, that's natural ability, but it's also a physical attribute.
So if we want to talk about physical attributes, we can get that involved. I'm saying with the football. I've said it like 10 times.
Bro,
with the football.
He could do kick-ups with a golf ball. I don't care. Yeah?
Oh my God.
Bro, it's not... Okay, when it comes to winning football matches, yeah, you could be a great passer. You could have intelligent understanding of the game. You also have to have that aggressive nature. There's a bunch of other things that come into making someone a quote-unquote natural footballer. It's not just you being techie with a ball, or you just be a freestyle footballer on Instagram or TikTok, bro.
But I never said that. Yeah, I'm talking about his natural ability with the ball.
And there's loads of them. Charisma was his natural ability was not on the ball. He still has to prove it. He still has to prove it over a league season. But in terms of his natural ability with the ball, from a technical standpoint, Bukayo Saka is not better than him. Huh?
I said you got that blowing smoke out his nose, man.
I just don't understand it because you've actually changed. You've changed what you said. You said at one point.
I've said it like 10 times. Natural ability with the ball. You started bringing all these other things into it.
You said he's got a better skill set than any other right winger in the league.
Yeah. His skill set as a right winger.
Then you changed it to natural ability on the ball.
Well, say okay.
Your opinion right now is like,
what do you want to go? Skill set or natural ability? We can do both.
Bro,
we can do both if you want.
Are you a politician? You're being a politician right now, you know.
We can do both.
You're being a politician right now, you know.
Bro, we can do both. Natural abilities. Natural abilities. What would you prefer? What would you prefer? Natural ability or skill set? The point is, Bukayo Saka is not better than him. As natural ability,
natural ability should be part of your skill set. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can turn around and take that away from it. If someone tells me that someone
again, his skill set, yeah, is one of the best in the league.
Okay.
So natural ability, skill set, whatever you want to go, Bukayo Saka does not excel over Amad Diallo.
All right. Let's say. Okay. It's a question. Let's say Elise was still in the league. Would you still say that?
Right, now we're talking. So now you got Elise. So Elise would be the only player that I would say is comparable to Amad. And then you got players like Cole Palmer. This is what I'm trying to say to you.
What about Kudos?
Kudos is more of a Bukayo Saka type. Kudos in terms of a pure technician isn't on Amad and Elise's level. And that's not to say Kudos ain't a good player. But
if you said to me that Kudos doesn't have the output of a Saka or output of a Salah of a certain, I'd agree with you, yeah. But in terms of what you're considering a skill set to be, to say that Kudos does not have that in buckets.
But I didn't say Kudus
crazy
have
take.
it, yeah?
No, I mean to the same level.
He hasn't got to
as
the level
Diallo.
of Ahmad and Elise. He hasn't.
Okay.
Not to the level of Ahmad and Elise or a Cole Palmer.
Alex,
he's more in the Saka mode.
In terms of the natural ability, yeah, that Gav's talking about, yeah. When it comes to an Elise, when it comes to Amad Diallo, how does Kudus stack when it comes to that?
I don't think he's too far off. That's
what I said. That's what I'm saying to you. He's not too far off. He ain't
better
than him.
Think he's too far off.
Okay. So Amad Diallo is between Elise and Kudus, in your opinion, in terms of his skill set.
In my opinion,
I'll make it easier for you. Yeah? I'll make it easier.
Go on. Hold on, Gav. So hold on, Gav. Alex, go on. In your opinion,
I don't think he comes close to Elise.
Does he? Is he
Yeah.
above a Kudus?
No.
Who? Ahmad?
Yeah, he's not.
No, but you're saying that, yeah, from the hype of Kudus from the season just gone.
No,
how can you say that?
I'm basing it on the fact of how many times I've seen him play.
That's my point. So that means
everyone's season pro. Like, we've seen these players throughout the seasons. Like, fair enough. I think Kudus has been here for 2 seasons. We've seen what he can do over the 2 seasons. Saka, we've seen him do it from what 17 coming through. We've seen him go through his hardest moment, that penalty miss for the racial abuse, and how out of Rashford and Sancho, he came out on top. He literally stepped up another level and kept going. It was hard for me. It was hard for me to rate Saka. It was very hard because obviously his score was my score rivals.
Wait, hold it right there, yeah. I see where you're going with this now, yeah. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about, yeah, natural ability. Yeah? I'll keep saying it again. Natural ability, yeah. Is Kudus better naturally than Ahmad?
Naturally? No.
Right. That's all I want to know. If you're talking about what they've done,
if you wait,
let me land. Yeah. If you're talking about what they've done to date in the Premiership, I am in full agreement with you. That's why I said to you earlier, Ahmad still has to prove it. Yeah. But if we're talking about the actual ability of a player, you mentioned Lens. You mentioned Michael Elise. As soon as you mentioned Michael Elise, I agreed with you because now you can see where I'm coming from. If you look at the style of play that Elise is and what Ahmad is, they're comparable. Mohamed Kudus is more comparable to Bukayo Saka.
I think I understand your point. I'll tell you what my point is. I've seen players who played in the Championship that have played for clubs abroad that have played and done well. They've come in, maybe they have 1 or 2 other good games, yeah. But then going forward, once you get 10, 12 to 30 games out of them, you see a ton of inconsistency and they can't replicate that form anywhere near enough, yeah. They don't cut the mustard. So when I look at a player and say, okay, they're a naturally gifted footballer, yeah, I would say, okay, that person has a high technical skill set. That I don't turn around and say that they need to ball like Ronaldinho, or they have to be Ronaldinho and Xavi all mixed in one. Yeah, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying there's an attribute that they have that they excel in. Yeah, so many young players have those attributes, but to convert that consistently into the Premier League is a whole nother thing. It's difficult for talented players who are already 24, 25, 26 to replicate that inside the Premier League. Yeah. So then, for me then to turn around and say, okay, how is he going to convert over a longer period of time? That is an unknown. If you said to me, you believe he has a higher ceiling than a Kudus, a higher ceiling than a Saka, I'm like, okay, that's fair. We'll wait and see. But if you say currently right now, he's better than them, I'm going to be like,
but who told you?
What has he done in the league though? What has he done in the league? What has he done in the league? Is he looking that pretty player in the league consistently?
Right. Again, I'm going to mention this for the last time now, yeah, before we move on, yeah? I said, yeah, in terms of his natural ability, yeah, he has more natural ability than Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka at this moment in time is more ahead in his development.
Bro, if
Why?
Bukayo Saka was playing for Sunderland, yeah, you would see
Bukayo Saka
tear him up, bro.
Right, again, yeah. Again, I'm glad you mentioned it, yeah. Because my point to you is now, yeah, Bukayo Saka couldn't do what Amad Diallo done at Sunderland. Impossible.
What I'm saying is this, yeah. What I'm saying is
impossible.
This, yeah.
Do you want me to tell you why it's impossible? Yeah,
go on.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, because Bukayo Saka is a system player. Amad Diallo is an individual talent. So at Sunderland, it needed Amad's individual talent to score half the goals or create half the goals he did.
What I'm saying is this.
Saka couldn't do that.
What I'm saying is this. It's harder to show your level of natural ability that you're talking about at a higher level of football. It's harder. It's harder to stand out when all the defenders around you are better, they're quicker, they're more athletic, yeah? The teams have better tactics, the managers are better. It's harder for you to demonstrate that level at that level of football. Now,
bro, take Saka.
Hold on. Let me land. Amad Diallo probably played very well at that level. The difference with Saka is when Amad Diallo's been playing at that level, Saka was playing for Arsenal.
What does that mean?
So for you to say that there's no way that a guy,
he come through the youth and got a chance. What do you mean?
For you to say that a youth player for Arsenal who was playing Premier League football at that level, being highly rated for Arsenal, couldn't have done something similar to Amad Diallo at a lower level of football, I think is a bit disingenuous. It could be possible, yeah, but then, like I said, I would have to see Amad Diallo more at a higher level.
I promise you, he wouldn't have done it. Again, the Arsenal system is perfect for Saka. He couldn't go to Sunderland, yeah, or to one of these other clubs and be the same player. I can tell you that for free, he couldn't. And that's not to say Saka isn't a good player.
That's the thing, you don't know that, but you know what you do know about Saka is that he did it in the Premier League.
Again, yeah. As I said,
people laugh at hold on. People laugh at Nunes, yeah. Nunes was tearing it up in Portugal, but he hasn't yet done it in the Premier League.
And he's not going to either.
Levels.
He's not going to either. He's not going to either.
See, you're already on banter mode. I'm
not bantering.
I'm talking like I'm attacking Amad Diallo. Like he's not a good.
Nunes doesn't possess it.
What?
He don't possess the skill set. He's not going to do it. I promise you now.
All right.
Nunes is not going to do it, man. I know you like
Okay.
Alex, you've heard it here first now, yeah? Alex,
you're going to get more goals this season. Who's going to get more goals this season? Højlund or Nunes? Who's getting more goals this season? Højlund or Nunes?
Nunes. Because Højlund's shit.
Calm down then.
I'm calm. You ain't going
Who's getting more goals this season? I ain't finished yet. Who's getting more goals this season? Xerxes or Nunes?
Probably Nunes. You know why? Because
calm down, then you don't have a forward player on Nunes' level.
Liverpool create more chances,
bro. Listen, when it comes to chess and banter, you're not ready. I'm telling you, you're not ready because Nunes already outperformed you, man, and he's being bantered. Yet you, man, he scored against Arsenal in pre-season. Bro.
How much do you guys pay for Nunes?
I'm busy right now.
How much did he cost Nunes? How much did Nunes cost?
Is it about 65, 70 mil?
Yeah, you ain't making that money back. You're not making that money back.
We're not making that money back?
Nah.
How much did you pay for Højlund?
But listen, the Højlund thing, you ain't going to get me with because Højlund's shit. You ain't going to get me with the Højlund thing.
That's all, folks. We have the management and the system in place.
Listen,
hold on.
Get me with the Højlund thing.
We have a system in place where Nunes can actually benefit if he just stops hitting the post.
If
he just stops hitting the post, and you know what?
Problem.
When he played for Uruguay at the last competition, he played well. When he's played for us, he's played well. We wouldn't have been in third place if it wasn't for him and his goals last season. Does he miss too many opportunities? Yes. Is he better than all these strikers? Yes.
Liverpool create chances. There's no denying that, yeah. And Darwin Nunes should be scoring goals.
Just understand this. But
in terms of
the issues in my club, yeah, is me saying you know what? I don't like that brand of caviar. The issues at your club, yeah, is that the chicken's got salmonella on it. Calm down.
Listen. Let me tell you this now, yeah. Let's just put it down to this now, yeah. Both of them have got number 9s on their back, yeah, and they're both shit. That's it. Let's move on. Yeah.
Now, I think if I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think both of them have a skill set where if they're coached right, they can both be competent strikers, far beyond the level that they've shown so far.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late.
Hoyland's 21. Harold Nunes, what, 24?
I don't think
when did Lewandowski and them kind of players really kick off?
Bro, the difference is, yeah.
Not every player is a baller at 22, 23.
No, but you need to have a certain skill set by that age. I could already see Hoyland was shit just by the way he receives the ball. These fans know he's shit, but because he's got the blonde hair and they're trying to give him a chance, trust me, it's all going to end. Hold on.
He's crap.
Okay. He's crap.
I'm going to use Nunes as an example. This is an honest breakdown.
Nunes is rubbish, man.
Let's stop
doing this.
He's improved in terms of holding up the board and interplay. He's improved that vastly since he's been at Liverpool. His natural abilities make him a very dangerous striker and a problem for most defenses.
Yeah, he's a nuisance. That's what it is. He's a nuisance.
I'm not finished. His touch is inconsistent. At times, his finishing is inconsistent. He's capable of worldies and is capable of missing easy chances. And it's something he needs to become more consistent of. He's a type of player who has a natural ability of a striker that you would dream of. And that is being in the right place to get those opportunities and chances. Many strikers are flat-footed in the box. He's the opposite of that. He's the kind of player that's always going to get opportunities. Similar to how Salah was for us. So then I can see things in Nunes, honestly, to say as if it's coached right, if he becomes slightly more consistent, he'll still miss a lot of chances, but he will get a lot of goals.
I think in terms of his composure in front of goal, don't get me wrong, that can be improved. Obviously, repetitions, you know what I mean? But in terms of he's another one, yeah, he isn't a natural footballer. But because
Haaland isn't a natural footballer.
Yeah, I know, but he's shit. There's no point in talking about Hoyland because I don't rate Hoyland. He's rubbish.
No, this is why I disagree.
He's rubbish.
He's in your eyes, he's not a natural footballer. In my eyes, he's not. In my eyes, he's. Do you know why? Because your centre back don't play like your attacking midfielder. Don't play like a striker. Yeah, their mindsets are different. The skill sets that matter the most in their positions.
Let me ask Alex. Is Darwin Nunes a natural footballer?
No.
Is Rasmus Hoyland a natural footballer?
I think he's got better qualities than not.
No.
Let me
Let me land. I'm gonna prove a point now. Yeah. So Darwin is not a natural footballer. Yeah.
No, I don't think he's got the skill set that he needs for a striker. I don't think he fully has.
Okay, Rasmus Hoyland. To be fair, I'm not sure why we're thinking about this because
I
think in terms of link up.
Wait, let me land.
In terms of his link up and his ability to hold a player off, I would say no.
Okay.
But for what he did, feeding off scraps and some of the goals that he scored, you could tell there's ability there. Especially the goal that he scored against Bayern Munich, where he dinked the keeper, things like that. Whereas with Nunes, he is capable of doing something crazy, but then when it comes to doing the simplest of things, it's just like, how did you manage to?
Right, Alex. Darwin Nunes for me is better than Rasmus Hoyland. Yeah, Rasmus Hoyland is rubbish.
Do not like him though.
No, it's not that I don't like him. Hold on. Wait. Let me land. Yeah. It's not that I don't like Rasmus Hoyland, yeah. I'm just trying because I have nothing to gain, yeah, by putting Darwin Nunes, who I also don't rate, who plays for Liverpool, above Man United. I'm just looking at what these players have to offer.
All right.
And comparing Darwin Núñez and comparing Rasmus Højlund is basically like comparing two different kind of shits, basically. Yeah. So both of them are not good enough. Then if I look at someone like I don't know, I'm trying to think about who's a striker around their age. There ain't many, is there? Like, who's a striker around their age? Because there's no point going. I can easily go to an older striker. Who?
Victor Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's in the same boat as them guys. Karim Benzema. Is Karim Benzema a natural footballer?
100%.
Forget about his goals. Is he a natural footballer?
Okay, can I ask this
100%.
question before you carry on?
Right. Okay. Wait.
Go on.
So you said Karim Benzema is, yeah? Why is
100%.
Karim Benzema a natural footballer?
Have you seen how technically gifted that guy is? Have you seen
There
what
we
he's
go.
doing at 17?
Right. So in the story, that is why. Because he's technically gifted, yeah? So that's how I judge players. The technically gifted players will always come to the top. So when you're talking about Darwin Núñez and Rasmus Højlund, they are not technically gifted. So
all right, can I ask a few questions now? Yeah.
You understand now, yeah?
This is hurting my head, bro. Okay, natural football is the issue I have. This is the part I have the issue with. Was Vidic a natural footballer?
He's a defender now.
Was Cannavaro a natural footballer?
He's a pretty boy.
But when you're saying natural
footballer... Wait. Was Gattuso a natural footballer?
No, but this...
No.
But Gattuso...
So hold on. Wait. Wait. This is the deepest thing. For their position... that they played in, every single player I just mentioned had the natural mindset, ability, and skill set to play that position on a football pitch.
But I will say
the football pitch has 11 positions. Okay, how many positions are on the football pitch?
Bro, we are talking about...
No, stop. How many? No, now it's my turn. It's my turn. I'm in the plane. I'm in the soul plane now. Okay, how many positions are there on the pitch?
2.
There are 2 positions on the pitch. What are those 2 positions?
Come on. 1 to 11.
So this 1 to 11, you need different skill sets to excel in those positions. Fact or fiction?
Sorry. Say again. Sorry.
You need different skill sets, yeah, to excel in those positions. For example, how would Sergio Busquets look playing in Iniesta's position?
Yeah, but where's this going?
No. Wait. Go on. I'm not finished.
Yeah, but that's silly.
How would he look?
Well, judging as Sergio Busquets is a top football player, it wouldn't look any different.
Okay.
I think
that's when you're talking rubbish. Okay. If you had Pirlo, if you had Pirlo, wait, let me finish. If you had Pirlo playing alongside midfielders who aren't defensively minded, would he have been as successful?
Probably, yeah.
No, because Pirlo wasn't great defensively. Ask any Italian person, they'll tell you that. Now, there are certain skill sets and attributes that make you very good at certain positions on the pitch.
Usually, you're getting off subject, though.
I'm not going off subject. You said a natural footballer, talking like every person who's a natural footballer.
No, that's not what I said. I said natural footballers always rise to the top. You can go through the history of the Ballon d'Or winners. That will tell you all you need to know. Look at the history of the Ballon d'Or winners. The majority of them,
silly.
They're all good footballers.
Silly.
No. Listen,
Ballon d'Or was silly.
Wait. The history of the Ballon d'Or winners, notoriously, the majority of the players are all top footballers. Darwin Núñez, whether you like it or not,
hold on. If you pick amongst the best footballers on the planet, the people who are going to get chosen are going to be good footballers. What I'm saying is those people who've been chosen, had different skill sets. Not all of them were the same. Technically gifted in certain areas, not as good in other areas. Otherwise, Ronaldo would have never won the Ballon d'Or. You'd only ever gone to Messi.
But Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or because of numbers, and popularity, and because of what Ronaldo winning.
Numbers, bro. How did he get those numbers?
Because he played in a successful team, obviously.
So not just a successful team. He was one of the main reasons why the team was successful. The positions he took up, the fact that he could, the fact that he could run ahead of anybody. Go on.
But yeah, the Ballon d'Or is meant to be nominated to the best footballer. The best footballer is Lionel Messi, not Ronaldo. Ronaldo,
so according to what you said,
numbers.
My point still stands. According to what you said, the only winner of the Ballon d'Or should have only ever been Messi during that period of time. Correct?
Yeah, but it was never. Yeah, but football's changed now because they weren't giving it to the best footballers.
If buts and maybes, bro. Like
no,
listen,
but it's
you said the best footballer gets that award. I just said if that's true, Messi should have always gotten it. Then your excuse was because of numbers. Because of numbers. Then I tell you, I said, how'd you get those numbers, bro? Think about it. How'd you get the numbers?
No. Notoriously, the Ballon d'Or should be awarded to the best footballer. Yeah. Obviously, things have changed now. Yeah, things have changed now. Yeah. But notoriously, it was always awarded to the best footballer.
Well,
notoriously, Ronaldo was relevant.
It was always awarded to the best footballer, and I think that stopped kind of happening after Michael Owen won it. But what was happening was you had to have won something in that period of time. So you had to have won like an international cup, or you had to have won the Champions League or something to get even nominated or considered for Ballon d'Or. Yeah. So that changed over a period of time as well. So as much as the Ballon d'Or is the best footballer, it was also the best footballer on certain teams, the most successful teams, because Ballon d'Ors don't go to Matt Letitia, for example. Yeah. So but he was a natural footballer, according to what you're saying. What I'm saying is that a natural footballer can be considered is more of a subjective term dependent on the position that person plays. For example, a DM will not be considered as, by what you're saying, a natural footballer compared to an attacking midfielder, because the attacking midfielder or the winger is going to have quicker feet, more techie, maybe better at passing or whatever it is, or more creative. So you'll call that person a natural footballer. But for a football team to work, for those creative players to even function, you have to have someone with the natural ability, skill set to be a good defender, to be able to support those players going forward. This is a different argument. This is not what we're talking about. Yeah. This is my point. When I'm judging these strikers, yeah, I'm not judging every striker like I would say, is Roberto, Firmino, or Salah, or Man. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking that, okay, why was Van Nistelrooy good? Why was Michael Owen good? Why was Robbie Fowler good? Why was insert Ashley Cole, or any strike you think of? What made them good? What was the most important thing about them as strikers? The most important thing was their...
For one, they all scored goals. No, yeah? Football wasn't a different place back then.
Let me just say
as the main striker now. Let me say
my point, and then you can go. All right. So their positional play, so their runs, the positions they pick up, yeah, their knack for picking the right position in the box and being on their toes in the box and being called in front of goal. Those are, I would say, the most important attributes a striker needs. The rest are all supplementary, and it depends. And you build your team around to get to those attributes.
You know what? The players you just mentioned, were playing in a different era of football where their job was to score goals. This era of football now, as a striker, you can't just rely on someone that just wants to run in behind or get goals. The game's changed. So when I'm saying to you, the best footballers, yeah, I'm talking about as a striker, you need to be a good footballer to thrive in any top team. That's a fact, yeah. Rasmus Højlund at Man United is not the answer because he doesn't have the skill set of what a top striker should be, especially in this era. If Rasmus Højlund was playing in the era of the Andy Coles and that, he might get away with it where he can just run in behind, start wrestling with the defenders and get a goal. That could work. This era of football, it doesn't work in because.
So if you had a Berbatov, would
right now it would work because he's a good footballer. He's a good footballer.
Van Nistelrooy work.
Van Nistelrooy work.
Why?
Van Nistelrooy is not a footballer on the level of Berbatov, but Van Nistelrooy had the fundamentals. He had a good first touch. He could hold the ball. Højlund can't do any of that. That's my point.
So Haaland, why does he work in this era? Because
why does
those
Haaland
same
work?
points, yeah, those
Wait.
points.
Why does who work? Erling Haaland.
Haaland, yeah, for Man
Erling
City,
Haaland, yeah.
yeah. Why does
Because
he
he's a
work
freak.
when those same attributes you mentioned a second ago, he actually does not? I'm going to
tell you now. He works now for Man City, yeah, because Man City dominate possession against 99% of teams, yeah, and he's a freak of nature, yeah. The guy's 6 foot, yeah. He's powerful and he's very, very quick, yeah. He's like an anomaly, so you can't really use Haaland, even though Haaland. Wait. Even though Haaland isn't a great footballer, yeah, he works in a Man City team because they dominate possession.
Can I ask you one question? Yeah,
go on.
So you have like amazing creative players, yeah. They need a target, right? Oh, otherwise the ball just gets recycled. Now
someone that can hold the ball up, yeah.
So the person that they need to target usually be either be able to lay the ball off or hold the ball up and pick up positions, making runs behind. A smart player, someone who's a fox in the box, maybe someone who's just really good at picking up positions, getting in the right positions quickly to score, pace, power. All of these attributes Haaland has. Some of these attributes Højlund has. Some of these attributes Darwin Núñez has.
He doesn't.
Your issue is you don't like the quote unquote traditional number 9s. Yeah, that's your issue. What I'm saying is, in modern football, the team that has the manager that is the prototype, not even the prototype, the blueprint for modern football in Pep, has a player who excels in attributes, yeah, and gets bags of goals. But you don't rate those attributes according to you. He's not a natural footballer. He's just really good at scoring goals because that's not part of football. He's a natural goal scorer, right?
Who is?
Haaland.
Højlund or Haaland?
Haaland.
Erling Haaland scores goals, yeah.
He's not just scoring. He's a natural footballer. Now, what I'm saying is a natural goal scorer. What makes him a natural goal scorer are the attributes I'm talking about, which is why I think it's unfair to say they're not natural footballers because a goal scorer is a footballer.
Not necessarily. How can a goal scorer be a natural footballer? Oliver Bierhoff scored goals. He wasn't a natural footballer, was he?
Bro, you're not scoring goals.
Scored goals. He wasn't a natural footballer.
And no, I said a goal scorer. Yeah, someone who scores goals is a footballer. A natural goal scorer is a natural footballer. That's what I'm saying. So I'm focusing on the attributes of a natural goal scorer when I'm talking about these players. In terms of the traditional number 9, I do know, we know who my favorite striker is. Yeah, it's Ronaldo. Yeah. So if I was to say, if I could scout a player, he's gonna have those attributes. He's not gonna have the Van Nistelrooy or Haaland attributes. But what I'm talking about, what makes those two types of players function and work and be successful is the fact that they have the attributes of a natural goal scorer. So because of that side of it, I can't then turn around and say that person's not a natural footballer. Some footballers are just born to defend. Some people are just born to be goalkeepers, and they're just as important. Alisson was a massive signing for us. Fabinho was a massive signing for us. And Van Dijk, we would have not won what we won without those players. Even with the Salah, even with the Mane and Firmino. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no, I do understand what you're saying. That's why
I criticize the Højlund and the Núñez's, yeah? But I do think that there is, how can I put it? I understand why the clubs have some kind of belief in them. I understand it from a footballing aspect. But I get what you're saying in terms of the skill sets, but what I'm just trying to make you see is that a natural striker and those attributes that translate from a Van Nistelrooy, a Ronaldo, a Haaland, yeah, insert any other striker that you know that was successful, had certain attributes. So when we have strikers in our team that have some of those attributes, that's why I said if you have enough of those attributes and can control and can coach the other side of the game, you would at least get a very competent striker, better than what we've seen so far from them. And I'm not saying that I'm rating them as my favorite forward players in the world right now, but I can still see the positive side to them. I'm not trying to do like, I'm not trying to it's weird because I'm defending Højlund. I'm not just defending Núñez.
Yeah, but you never know. At 28, Núñez could turn out to be a world beater. You never know. There's still time for him to grow, bro. There's still time for him to go.
Well, I can tell you this right now for free, yeah? For free, he's not going to be no world beater. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. He's gonna. The things with Núñez at Liverpool, he will score goals because Liverpool create chances, yeah? But in terms of being, an absolute one of the best players in the world, he ain't gonna be that. You don't be one of the best
player. Do you think he's the kind of player that can create a chance himself? Because I've seen him do that.
I mean, to be honest with you, the only right way he'll create a chance by himself is through unpredictability of just running through someone, not because it's just pure ability.
I've seen him do it for us, and I've seen him do it for in the Champions League, like his goal against Barca, for example. He's a player that needs consistency.
Well, as I say, we're gonna see this season. As I said, I think he's better than Højlund anyway. But in terms of being a world beater at 28 and all this other stuff we've been saying, let's throw that in the bin, man. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't possess the skill set.
I'm saying this. I'm not taking it off the table. I don't see why I would take it off the table. I want that to happen because let's say we don't keep him and we move on to another striker. I want us to get our money back, number one, and more.
You ain't get your money back for Núñez. I can tell you that right now. You're not. No way. No way.
So my thing is this: as long as he's at the club, I want him to perform. As best as good as possible. Like.
Okay, I'll ask you this question now. Then, yeah. Who would you start, him or Jota?
Him.
Ahead of Jota.
Yeah.
See, I'll start Jota.
See, I like Jota. I don't trust his injury record. Number one. Number two, I want to see at the moment. I want to see how Núñez fits into the slot style of play. I'm more than happy to start Jota, and I'm happy to see them rotate. But the idea of relying on Jota for a season scares me, which is why that's why I have the opinion of him. I rate Jota highly. It's just because he has a lot of the attributes of a player that I like. But I would, if it was Jota was our only like striker, I'd be like, okay, we need to sign some. We need a forward. 100% need a forward.
Yeah. All right, quickly, just before we wrap up, let's move on. Just obviously to our 100 player list. Obviously, won't go through all of it, but let me see if I can just get up the. Can you see the list?
No.
No. 1 minute.
Well, what number did you lot get up to?
So I done my 80 to 60 last week. So on 60 to 40.
That's convenient, you know. You did the Gerrard slander when I wasn't here.
Wait. I'm gonna run you through. Yeah. The Give me 1 minute. Let me try and see if I can get this up.
But for me personally, I think I got a glimpse of the list when you sent it to me on WhatsApp. I'm gonna say players of the generation that we grew up with are better than the players now. For me, so majority of them I would probably pick ahead of what's current. Apart from the few exceptions, the obvious exceptions.
Nah, you can't. You'd have to take all the strikers off because they're not natural footballers. That one was pity.
No, but I see what you're saying. But like, it would be hard.
Can you see that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not super
can you see it?
but...
Yeah.
1 minute.
Might have to zoom in because I'm doing this on my phone.
Oh, sorry. 1 minute.
Probably it's facing the camera.
One sec.
You know what I've been doing while we've been talking? I keep refreshing the news page and that, waiting to see any news for signings and that. That's how I know this summer I've been thirsty, you know.
Yeah, it's been dead, man, to be honest. But
started off good.
You man see the list, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, what I'm gonna do, let me just quick. I'm gonna run you through. So I've done my 60 to 40. Yeah. Now again, people that are watching, this isn't my list. This is a list that I see from possibly the best 100 players in football history. Obviously, my list would look a lot different to this, but obviously, we're just doing our reaction to this list and trying to compile our own. So from 100 to 80, I done Di Maria, Gerd Muller. Some of the players as well, I'm not really seeing play, so I've just put them in. Nasasi, I'm not heard of. Lev Yashin, I think, is a keeper. Stepi Miazza, Schiaffino, Iker Casillas, Diego Forlan, Charo Moreno, Kevin De Bruyne, Paco Gento, Mario Kempes, Paolo Rossi, Ryan Giggs, Pachetti, Frank Lampard, Sander Coxis, Passarella, Mbappe, Dejan Savicevic, and I think it was, So that was the 100 to 80. Then the next 80 to 60 was Dida from a Brazilian keeper, Sanchez, Sanchez, Del Piero, Kubilas, Mazzola, again, who I've not really heard of, Sergio Aguero, Hugo Sanchez, ex-Real Madrid, Steven Gerrard, Arturo Vidal, David Beckham, Francescoli, Figueroa, Radamel Falcao, Thomas Muller, Tony Cruz, David Villa, Luis Suarez, Andrea Pirlo, Anton Griezmann, and Mesut Ozil. Yeah. So again, obviously, this is just my list I put out. You know, there could be some alterations in there, but I just put this list out. And then the 60 to 40, which are on now. Yeah. The list that I've gone for, and again, I want you guys to tell me if you think some of these players could be higher or lower. So I've gone for Ronald Koeman, Arjen Robben, Francesco Totti, Robert Lewandowski, Lothar Matthäus, Ferenc Puskas, Dani Alves, Kaká, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Fabio Cannavaro, Virgil van Dijk, Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard, Paul Scholes, Johan Neeskens, Juan Roman Riquelme, Philip Lahm, Michael Laudrup, Manuel Neuer, and Jarzinho. So that was my next list. And let me tell you now, that was tough because the top 10 for me, I think will be quite simple. And that's when we start putting them into order. But this list was hard because the next list now of the 40 to 20, again, is going to be very difficult. So, I mean, just going by that list there, I mean, is there anyone that you think should be lower or higher in the list?
I mean, I've never seen Koeman play, so I can't really comment on Koeman.
So Ronald Koeman's ex Barcelona, obviously Dutch manager as well. So I put him in the 60 to 40.
I've seen clips here and there. I know that he's a free kick specialist. I know that much.
Yeah.
But
so on this list here, he is in number he's number 40 actually in this list.
Where's Dalglish on this list?
Yeah, you tried that one last time. He's not on it. I know, but again, this
Gerrard
isn't my
should be
list.
way higher on this list as well.
This ain't my list. Yeah, so just letting everyone know, this ain't my list. It's a list that someone compiled, which, to be fair,
all of the players on the list are good players.
Yeah,
all of them. I don't think there's obviously no bad ones on there. I don't like the order. That's all it is. And I would include one or two other players, but
of course, yeah,
subjective, isn't it?
As I said, when it hits the last 10, that's when we can put the 10 into order. But again, it's just about putting them into like a section because You know, even the ones that I've put down, they could have been lower in the list or higher in the list.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the next 40 to 20 is going to be the most difficult.
How the hell is Riquelme lower than Mesut Ozil?
Because people don't remember in it.
Yeah, but again, Riquelme's lower than Diego Forlan. And Forlan was good, but you know, it's mad. Thomas Muller is higher than Thierry Henry.
Falcao is above Gerrard.
Yeah, I'd put Falcao above Gerrard.
Gerrard is one of the best midfielders ever.
Nah, relax, man.
Nope. Even your best midfielder said he couldn't do what Gerrard did. So just, you know.
Who said that? Who said that?
Scholes. That's what Scholes said. Scholes.
Scholes isn't my best ever midfielder.
That's what some people rate him as. That he's your great.
What for Man United?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For Man United, he's definitely up there. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Paul Pogba was as good as Paul Scholes. Paul Pogba had more to his game than Paul Scholes. But again, people will say, you know, Pogba, what did he do? Because he didn't play in a team that was thriving. But Paul Pogba should be in this list because as a natural footballer, in terms of what a midfielder can do, he had everything. But again, it's you know what I mean.
In this list?
No, again, exactly, yeah. This list for me is this list for me is a bit flawed, but I'm just trying to react off of it and do our own one.
Like, so, you know, Eusebio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think looking at why he's on that list, I think it's because he's one of the stand-up players for his country, and I think that's how this list was compiled.
Yeah, I agree because it's a bit of a recency bias, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, because for me, there's no way that Kevin De Bruyne makes this list. When I look at this list of players, I don't see how De Bruyne makes it because although De Bruyne has been great for Man City, his international career has been poor.
He's above Fabio Cannavaro, you know.
Yeah, Cannavaro's on there, but Cannavaro again is he's been a legendary defender, isn't it? So I can see why he's on there.
How? No, I'm not saying he shouldn't be on there. I'm like he's a legendary defender, and De Bruyne's above him.
Man's 63rd, bruv. How is he above Del Piero?
Yeah. It's a mad list, man. It's a mad list.
The list is hard to go through because once you start looking at the order of players and the players that are on there and the players that aren't, it's hard. It's hard. But it is hard to do a top 100 anyway. I would say that. Like to even like go through and like, Passarella. Left back, I think it was.
That's hard. I don't know who Passarella is personally.
I've got clips up looking at now.
Was he good?
Looks all right. Looks tidy in that. Looks tidy.
Sander Coxitz. I ain't got a clue who that is.
Apparently Ferguson said that Passarella should have been included in the best World 11 team.
Yeah, but but Ferguson's also the same guy that decided to part with money on Bebe. You know what I mean?
He's also the same guy that chose David Moyes, but
yeah, I won't take that too seriously. But yeah, I mean Frank Lampard's on this list as well. That's a disgrace. How can you have Lampard? How can you have Lampard on this list, yeah, but you don't have like Rooney?
Rooney's not. Oh my.
Or John Bonds.
How is Lampard above Aguero?
Again, it don't make sense. How's Lampard
above Karim Benzema and Mbappe? What the what is going on, bro?
This person quite clearly was drinking because
I feel like this person made this system make me mad because I'm looking at Ronaldo and Johan Cruyff.
Yeah, who's Neskims?
Again, yeah. To have Xavi Hernandez at number 6 is criminal. You can't have that. Xavi at number 6.
Why? Where should he be on the list?
He's in top 10.
Not number 6. Not number 6. As I said, my top 10. Yeah, my top 10 is gonna surprise you guys. He's gonna surprise you guys.
I would personally put Gerrard in my top 10, but I don't. That's me being biased as well, but.
I think realistically, on this list of players now, Gerrard is definitely in the 100 to 80 bracket. You know what I mean?
That's just mad. That's just
why is that mad?
All right.
I can
Gerrard
name
is
you
a
10,
player.
I can name you 10 or 20 are better than him now. Better than him already in this list.
That's just not true.
Okay, well, let's go. Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, Maradona. That's already 4. Yeah? Obviously, Di Stefano 1 out of time, but we'll say him 5. Xavi 6. Cruyff 7. R9 8. Maldini 9. Beck. That's 10 players there already. Do you want another 10? Zidane 11. Van Basten 12. Platini 13.
Better than
Modric,
Gerrard. No, you weren't better than Gerrard.
Modric 14, Iniesta 15,
Modric wasn't better than
Ronaldinho 16,
Modric was not better than Gerrard.
Rivaldo 17, George
Wasn't
Best
better than
18.
Gerrard.
Who?
Rivaldo wasn't better than Gerrard.
But in terms of in terms of what he brought to the game, he was
As a player and what he did in the game. Yeah, he's not better than Gerrard.
Nah, he is, man.
You know, there's certain players that
what did Gerrard do for England? Nothing.
Oh, he bailed at England a couple times, yeah. But like, if I'm talking about what Gerrard did for Liverpool, we have finals named the Gerrard final, bro.
I don't know why, man. It should have been named
Gerrard.
Xabi Alonso was more key.
Gerrard is an unreal player. There's a reason why all the best midfielders that you know, yeah, Xavi Hernandez, Pirlo, Zidane, all of them rated Gerrard highly. All of them wanted Gerrard in their team.
Yeah, but I don't really care what Xavi said. I want to know what Iniesta said.
All of them
what did Zidane say? What did Ronaldinho say?
Wanted to play with Gerrard. All of them.
Lens, what did Ronaldinho say? What did Zidane say?
Bro, where's
all
Chris,
of them wanted to play with Gerrard, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I
was talking about Batistuta as well. He's not on there.
What? Batistuta is on there. He must be on there.
Where is he? Where?
He's not on here. He's not on here.
He's not on here? I didn't see him last time.
He's not on here. He's not on here. There's no recross, bro. I'm not even doing this, bro. I'm not entertaining this.
The list is mad. The list is madness, bro. I'm telling you.
Bro, I'm not entertaining that, bro. There's no recross. There's no Batistuta. What are we even discussing, bro?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah, but this list, man. Can't take it seriously.
You can't.
It's just a list of good players. The order's wrong. And one thing I do rate this list for, though, is it kind of like makes you go, wait, who's Pasarella? Who's that? So you can go back and look at highlights. You can learn a bit about the player. That's quite cool. I like that.
Because there's some
I'll tell you what, though, yeah. Philip Lahm, for me, has to be on this list. I think he's been one. I think he's probably one of the best.
He's 94.
Is he on there?
No, he's on there. But I'm just saying, I think he has a right to be on this list.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but I've got someone higher than him, yeah, who for me, I think he's probably the best. It might be a big shout, but I reckon he's probably been the best fullback in the game.
Who?
You'll find out.
Just don't tell me Gary Neville.
Gary Neville.
I just don't want to hear that.
Gary Neville's not even in the top 200.
Actually, Cole's not even on there. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I don't really know what the person was thinking, but
yeah, he was on the source for real, bro.
Yeah, he was on something, man, because
he's on the source because he's forgotten.
Nah, he's just one of those guys that are like, you know, who the guy you could never beat in like a quiz. That's what this guy is. He just knows baller. He knows ballers. Yeah. All these guys are ballers. None of these guys are rubbish, obviously.
Yeah,
he knows ballers. But
you know what it is. You know where this guy lost me. Yeah, is when he started spelling Tony Cruz with a Y. That's how you know he doesn't know what he's doing.
Could be foreign though, you know.
37.
Yeah, I think it's Spanish, isn't it? This.
I ain't got a clue, man. But to spell Tony Cruz with a Y is mad.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
It's mad. But yeah, no,
probably
it's
error, man.
I hope so. but yeah, no, it's
There's no Thuram either. That's mad.
Lilian Thuram.
And no Nedved. Where's Nedved?
Nedved. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Nedved was that guy, you know.
100% he was that guy.
He was.
100%. He deserved his Ballon d'Or. If there's anyone that deserves a Ballon d'Or, he deserved it. For what he done
I think what it is as well, you know what it is? It's probably better doing your own list because as I said, man.
You know what though? You have to remember, we could all do our own list, but because we never really watched certain players, it's always going to be subjective, and there's always going to be players that should be on there that weren't. Like for me, I would put Matt Le Tissier on this list just because of how good I thought he was.
Yeah,
he's a baller.
I agree.
But someone else would be like, okay, why is he on that list and this person's not? Do you know what I mean? And in terms of when we started watching football, like I never really got to watch like man them play, like certain mans. You get me? So
again, if Matt Le Tissier was in this era of football, he'd be criticized.
I never got to see Barnes play.
He don't run. You know what I mean? But
because I looked at it. I looked at it and says, "Why you should be on the list?" And Barnes isn't. John Barnes isn't.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah, John Barnes. Exactly. You got Lampard on there, but no John Barnes. You know, even if you look at, I mean, I don't think he should be on this list, but someone like an Alan Shearer might have a shout if you're going to put Lampard on there. You know what I mean?
Alan Shearer is a weird one. You know, you know, if he just didn't play, if he moved from Newcastle earlier on to a bigger team, I think more people would rate him in the game.
I think
he was unreal.
I personally just think he's a dickhead. Me personally.
Well, as a commentator,
as a player as well.
That's what we should rate. We should rate commentators.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you now for free who will be bottom. Dion Dublin.
Rate pundits and commentators.
Dion Dublin will be bottom comfortably. That guy is a clown, Dion Dublin. Trust me, he's a clown. I've never seen someone, he should stick to Homes Under the Hammer, personally, but I've never seen someone, that is Jude. When it comes to Jude Bellingham, forget about it.
You know who needs to be on TV more? Daniel Sturridge.
Daniel Sturridge is a good one. Yeah.
But are you saying it for his personality? Oh, fair enough.
You know what I like about Sturridge though, Sturridge just brings like he's just himself, you know what I mean? Like he dresses how he wants, he doesn't really conform, and that's what I like. And he just brings that to he brings his personality to TV. And the thing is, Daniel Sturridge, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's got good insight.
I can't remember who he was on with someone one time, and the dialogue he had.
I think it might have been with the American. Talking that nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the guy that used to manage Leeds?
No, he was a former American footballer, and he was just looking at him, just like, what is this guy talking about? Literally just staring at him the whole time. He was
the goalkeeper or one of the strikers? Was it a goalkeeper?
I think he might have been a goalkeeper. A goalkeeper.
But no, man.
Nonsense.
Yeah, because they don't know nothing, man. Americans can't really talk about soccer, so their opinion's mute, isn't it? It's just like having that American girl talk about whenever there was a VAR decision. Like, why was she there? What was she there for? Yeah. What purpose did she serve?
That was just annoying.
Was it good and annoying? Was it Christina Enkel or something? Her name wasn't it?
I don't know what her name was, but when I heard it, I thought it was just going to be a one-off thing. But every time I was just thinking, why are you here?
Like, we all know. You on? Like, if I wanted someone in VAR, basically. Wow, what's that referee's name? My head's just gone blank. You know who I'm talking about? That bald head referee.
Pierluigi Collina.
Yeah, I'd want to hear his opinion.
Yeah.
He should be the only one who should give his opinion. The only one.
They're forcing it with these people now. That's what they're doing. But,
yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah, man. But, guys, anyway, say for coming on again. You know, we always have debates, you know. It's what it's about.
It was quite convenient that we never had a local stream after the game, though. But you know, it's all cool, don't it?
Yeah, you know what?
Until the season starts.
Oh, hey, exactly. The season's gonna start, so we're gonna do a preview before that, and then we're gonna do the post match after that, man. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, having watched the game against Liverpool, there was some good bits from Man United. Obviously Liverpool, you know, I think Liverpool, as we know, create chances, and I think for me though, I think the fullbacks at Man United were a bit of a problem. I think if you've got two fullbacks in, first choice, if Dalot started and even if Luke Shaw started, I think two of the goals might have been preventable. But,
to be fair to you guys, I don't even think it was just the fullbacks. I think it was the type of goals it was. So when we I'll say this quickly because we're wrapping up in it. When we bait the press, we make spacing in certain thirds, and it's hard for any defense to deal with that. So you would need your top defenders 100% alert throughout the whole game, and you usually do concede some form of chance when that happens. When the team plays through your press, you're always going to be susceptible. So it's a bit hard. Like I heard, like the Arsenal goal that we scored, and everyone was talking about Gabriel and what's the left back called from Man City? What's his name?
From Man City? Oh, Zinchenko.
Zinchenko, yeah. They were talking about Zinchenko. I'm like, when anyone scores a goal, there's always going to be a defender 99% of the time that you're going to look at and say could have done better.
Yeah.
So I think it was a bit unfair. It's when it comes to those types of goals, when a team is really good, you have really good players. It will just happen sometimes. That's what used to happen with Madrid. Madrid used to just randomly score.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. But I think that preseason game was good in terms of, for me, this preseason is what I could see the manager doing. I tried to watch what you guys were doing in that game, and
I think first 20 minutes United looked good. You know what I mean? Obviously the scoreline will show that that it was a bit of a one way scoreline. But
you guys are in that same. You remember before when we were saying you needed more players to see Ten Hag ball?
What is this Ten Hag ball nonsense? There ain't no.
Yeah, I know. But you remember when everyone was saying that? I think you guys still need more players to make whatever you're trying to do work.
Yeah.
So that's what I saw.
It's gonna be the same old story. We create 100 chances and probably take one out of those 100.
You know what though? Yeah, what I would say, for me, first and foremost, as I mentioned already, as long as I can see certain players playing that wasn't playing regularly last season, Ahmad being one of them, I still want to see Sancho somehow find his way in the team as well.
I swear,
if I can see that happening, then at least that way I will know that Man United are looking to go in a different direction. But if it's going to be the same old Garnacho and Bruno and this McTominay, if he does stay now, then it's just going to be the same old shit, and that's nothing.
I'm not sure if it was your expected goals, your XG, or if it was your chance creation. Last season, it was low,
terrible.
Like you was. I think you were close to West Ham or something. Maybe they have like one less than you. So what I saw, if I'm being like objective, what I saw in that preseason was you creating more chances, which is better than last season. So that's a positive for you guys. I don't know how consistently that will translate throughout the season, but like last season, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But it's going to be having someone who's going to be on the end of those chances. And no point in having constant pressure and constant good build up if you've got no one to put the ball away.
I know what you're saying, but like you see last season, we created, I think maybe the third in terms of chance creation this season. Had some of the highest expected goals, in the league, or maybe the highest, but we didn't score as much as we should have. But even with that was last season was still one of our highest scoring seasons. So maybe you guys need to just share the goals out. I don't know.
Yeah, our old teams would share the goals out. I remember the last time we won the league, we had, I think, 24 different goal scorers.
Yeah.
So, but again, though, because of the profile of player that Xerxes is, Xerxes is like a link man number 9, and obviously you can get goals, which is it's going to be important for the wide players, because if you've got Ahmad on the right, Ahmad's a creator and can get goals as well. Yeah. So on the left-hand side, even though I do want Sancho on the left-hand side, if Xerxes plays, the clamour for someone like a Rashford will be high, because obviously Rashford does threaten him behind, and Rashford is a shoot-first player. So the balance of that would work well. So even if you want to play an Ahmad, Rashford, and a Xerxes front three, would be good. Or if you want to play like an Ahmad, Sancho, false 9, and Rashford on the left, again, would also work well.
At this moment in time, let's say we get not leave Liverpool out of it. Where do you think you'll finish next season? At the moment,
I still say between 4th, 5th, and 6th.
So I say the 2 signings they've made, in obviously Euro being injured now and Xerxes. And I think importantly, it's the outgoings. If the outgoings that have been mentioned are still in this team, i.e. McTominay, Wan-Bissaka, if they're still playing in this team regularly, as it stands right now, I'd say 5th, 6th.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends on if Man United can make another 2 or 3 more signings and then get rid of some players that are not going to play any part, then it can go higher. But I don't see United finishing in the top 4, in my opinion. It's gonna have to be a miracle if that's to happen, because you're relying on City, Arsenal, Liverpool, even Villa, who have strengthened, to drop off.
No, I'm not even worried about City and Arsenal. I'm not concerned about them. I'm concerned about obviously the Liverpools, the Tottenhams, the Aston Villa, maybe depending on their run in Europe
as well. Tottenham are going to surprise
run in Europe, Villa, and then obviously you got everybody else. You got your Liverpools. You might even have a surprise package. Newcastle might decide to step up again.
Yeah. Have you seen who Newcastle signed just I think today from Sheffield United? William Asula.
The young guy.
They 21-year-old from Sheffield United. They signed him for 15 mil. That's Alan Shearer money there. 15 mil.
And that's rare money.
I'll tell you what I think. From a Liverpool perspective, I think the only teams that need to think about Liverpool next season are Man City and Arsenal. I don't think anyone else needs to think about us.
Let me tell you now, I think Arsenal drop off this season as well. I don't think Arsenal finish second. I think they drop off.
If they don't finish second, they're finishing third. They're in the top 3, I think.
No, that's what I mean. But they're going to regress. So I can see that happening, because if Arsenal was to go out and get an Ivan Toney, they're like an Ivan Toney and a proper midfielder away from winning this league, I would say, because the rest of their team is more or less set. But again, they're not serious, Arsenal, and I believe City as well. City have sold Alvarez. Don't be surprised if City go and bring in a João Felix, and if they bring in João Felix, I'll tell you this for free. He is going to be one of the best in the league. Promise you. Because the thing is with João Felix, he just needs a team who dominate, and he can just be like the free. He's like a Jack Grealish in that sense,
Who's he playing ahead of?
But again, it's a headache, because for me, if I've got João Felix, I'm starting him. I'm starting Jack Grealish also. So I think for me, if I'm playing a front 3 and you have Erling Haaland as a striker, my front 3 would be Grealish on the left, João Felix in the 10, or you can play João Felix on the left, Felix and Grealish in the 10, and then play Foden on the right, cutting in. That's how I would go, and then Haaland up top, because I think De Bruyne's legs are gone. Núñez obviously doesn't really play too much. Obviously, Rodri will be in there patrolling that midfield, and it's just a case of getting someone next to Rodri.
I think that if they sign anyone this season, it'll be a Rodri backup. Because they can play false 9. Because they can play false 9.
But the problem is, you know what? It might sound a bit off, but for some people, but they can't afford to play Kevin De Bruyne every game. I think they're gonna come unstuck if they do that, because De Bruyne clearly has fallen off. I think De Bruyne might be more effective, and again, De Bruyne ain't gonna want to be doing this. But if he's more effective coming on for like the last 20-25 minutes, I think his skill set could be pivotal to them. But I think Pep might start him, and I think Bernardo Silva again. So I will play Bernardo Silva and Rodri in the midfield. Rodri playing slightly deeper as a 6, Bernardo as the 8. Then I play, if they get João Felix, play João Felix in the 10 or on the left, or Jack Grealish on the left or the 10. Phil Foden on the right, cutting in, Erling Haaland. And then you got likes of Oscar Bob who can come in. Who else is there? You got obviously Doku, if they want to go for the pace. I'll tell you now, if they can get a João Felix in, that could transform that front line for them. Because Julian Alvarez, as good as he, well, he's not a world beater, Julian Alvarez, but I think he got 19 goals last season.
I think one thing you have to remember about him, he was playing in midfield a lot, you know.
I know, and he wasn't that good. And again,
I can see them wanting a midfielder because when De Bruyne was injured, they still won games. When Rodri wasn't playing, they lost games.
100%.
So that's
what? Yeah, Julian Alvarez would actually be good for Liverpool.
I think there's nowhere in God's green earth that City would sell a player to us.
No, of course.
No way. We're not.
I think he would work well though for them.
Yeah, he would have. But
yeah,
there's certain players. I think, like, put it this way: there's more chance of us signing Musiala or Rodrigo than there is of us ever getting Julian Alvarez.
Lens, you need to leave this Musiala alone, man. He ain't coming. Forget
bro, you know what though? You know what? Hold on.
He ain't coming, man.
If I finish this summer transfer window with Zubimendi, Bastoni, Musiala,
bro, this ain't FIFA, man. This ain't FIFA.
They say that keeper from Valencia. I'm telling you right now.
What, Mama? That's Billy.
Yeah. Obviously, not for right now, but for the future. I'm going to be so gassed. I'm going to be running around saying, bro, it's just us versus Madrid at the moment. None of you mans matter.
Listen, I'm going to be gassed for you.
If that ever happened, jeez.
Listen, I'll tell you now, yeah? I'll tell you now. You see Musiala, yeah? I don't know why, but I've got a feeling he's going. I'll tell you why, yeah?
2 years left in
his Do you know who Bayern Munich are trying to get?
Yeah.
Desiree Doué from Rennes.
Oh yeah.
He's a bad boy, yeah. And Desiree Doué is very similar to Musiala, and I'm just thinking because Musiala still hasn't signed a new contract.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking because companies trying to get him, and I'm just thinking, are they looking at him as the replacement for Musiala?
I think Musiala is going to go. I just don't know where he's going to go. I just don't want it to be Man City.
That's what I was going to say. Because I think Man City are going to get a shop deal over the line, and it could be Musiala or João Felix. I think they're going to make one elite signing. I can just see it.
I personally thought their elite signing would have been in midfield because that's where they need it most. Because they've still got but
who's available then? Who's available?
Well, the player that they should have got was Zubimendi.
But the thing is, it doesn't matter for City who's available. They've got the money, they've got the resources, so it don't really matter. Just like Chelsea, they've got the money and the resources, so it don't matter.
But you know why? I can put it this way: you guys got Lenny Yoro, and that made sense for Lenny Yoro because he wanted game time. Yeah, he wanted the move and he wanted game time. It wouldn't have made sense for Lenny Yoro to go to Liverpool or Madrid because he would not have gotten game time.
Yeah.
So if a player's looking at City like a Zubimendi, is he going to start above Rodri? No. Do they need someone competent for Rodri because he's tiring out? Yeah, they do. They might
just keep Calvin Phillips, you know, for that.
Bro, Calvin Phillips was playing in defense the other day, bro.
I know, but you know what? Don't be surprised, yeah. Don't be surprised if they keep him because, in a sense, because he's shown that he can at least play at the back. You got him at the back on midfield as cover. Do you know what I mean? And that will save going out to buy another midfielder to cover for Rodri.
Think about it. They've got Kovacic, and Rodri. Yeah. Rodri needs a backup, and they need someone to replace Kovacic. So that's why I'm saying, I expected them to sign the big name player. I thought, or may not be a big name player, but a very, very good player would have been
Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich.
That's a shout. So if they sign anyone from Bayern, I think it would be him. I don't think it'd be Musiala.
But
that's what I'm telling myself. Like,
isn't that why that they're giving Jace McAtee a chance? Because obviously
I forgot about him. Sorry, McAtee.
His technical ability. So
he's a good player.
He's a good player as well. So
I think they're sticking with Doku as well.
Who?
Yeah, I reckon he's got one more season. I reckon
who's that?
Season. Jeremy Doku.
Doku will stay this season. Yeah, but
if he doesn't perform this season,
remember when Sterling first went there?
Yeah,
Sterling's end product was not good. He wasn't even as good as it was for Liverpool. but they stuck with him for the extra season, and look what they got out of him. So I see them doing something similar with Doku, even if it's just to get their return on the investment, and they're gonna bring through some of the academy players because they need to save money as well. And part of the Julian Alvarez spending, I thought, would be for a midfielder. I'd be surprised if they buy another attacker now, with the amount they've got sitting on their books. They've got Grealish sitting there.
I think as well they're gonna want to bring through McAtee and Oscar Bob as well.
Yeah, 100%.
But for me, if you can get a João Felix or a Jamal Musiala, I'm sorry, you can't turn that down.
I don't think Musiala and Foden in the same team work.
You don't think?
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I would never want to see that in real life, bro.
Personally, I don't think Musiala and Nunes work in the same team.
Oh yeah, it would.
But Darwin Nunes and Musiala, nah. Musiala be turning there.
If Musiala played for Liverpool, he'd get so much space and time, so much. He'd be lethal. He would be like, for me, like I said, him or Kvaratskhelia would be the ideal Salah understudies or replacements.
You know what though? Yeah, I want to see Liverpool playing more of Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott is one of those ones where he has to do it this season. Like he has to come big to stay in the team, stay in the side. Otherwise, the problem
Harvey Elliott's got though. Yeah, Harvey Elliott's got the problem of where's his best position? Is it infield or is it out wide?
Nah, it's the 10. It's that 10 position. But out of the players that we have, like Szoboszlai, Harvey Elliott, and let's say you can say McAllister as well, all of them are really good in that position.
You've got to make Gravenberch work as well, man. I wanted Gravenberch at Man United.
I thought the riskiest players that you have that need to show up is Jones. Even though he came good last season, I think that this season, if he doesn't actually like stay fit and hit the ground running, and like every Liverpool fan says, release the ball a lot quicker. Yeah. I reckon his head come January could be on the chopping board. It could be like, listen.
Yeah, but Ali, you know what? Yeah, I think Curtis Jones is like he's gonna be the fall guy because he's come through the youth. He probably won't say too much. Yeah, I think they would more likely like drop him than any of the other midfielders. In my opinion.
Put it this way, 100%. Curtis Jones is a really good squad player.
Yeah.
But like his problem is he's got this amazing attitude and bravado. But I think put it this way, when I was watching it, because I listened to because I'm one of the people who want Trent in midfield, and I was looking at it and thinking, you know what? If Trent made those mistakes in midfield that he made, and had for the rest of the game was as good as Jones was, everyone will be telling me that Trent can't play that position. So when he was playing under Klopp and it came to Jones, then he was playing further forward, one of the further forward eights in the kind of Gini Wijnaldum role, which he did really well at a point in time. But that deeper role, I think he's just too lax. It's just, I'm not gonna lie. For me personally, I don't think he's going to be more than just a squad player. If he does improve, then great. I'm gonna be happy. I just don't see it at the moment.
Well, the thing is, put it this way, you got to look at how much Dominic Szoboszlai cost. That's the first thing. Then you got McAllister, who more or less is a fixture in the team, and then who's the other midfielder you playing there? Is it not Endo? You got Gravenberch, who costs 40 million.
Zubimendi.
Well, the thing is, if Zubimendi does come in, then Curtis Jones more or less has to move on.
He's holding bench because that's the position. Unless he moves further forward, and I don't think he's as good as the others further forward.
Yeah. But again, it's a good bench option, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is he gonna want to be a bench option? And
the thing is, can't be choosers, man.
No, that's true. But then
it'll depend what's happening.
For me, where does he go after that? Like, I don't really know many teams that I could see him in. I know he's a good player, but it's just
he'd be good in Spain. In the Spanish league, he'd be good in the Liga.
Yeah, I agree.
Him,
I agree.
For Jones, basically, I think it will depend on how successful the club is in the next couple.
You know what? Yeah, I think Atletico Madrid missed a trick. They should have gone for someone like Curtis Jones rather than Conor Gallagher, because 100%, I think 100%. Because Curtis Jones can do similar to what Gallagher does anyway in terms of hunting the ball down, but Curtis Jones is better on the ball than Gallagher.
Yeah,
and you could have got him for cheaper.
Like if I was managing in La Liga or Italy, I'd sign Curtis Jones in a heartbeat. I think he'd even work at like a Bayern or Dortmund or something like that. Yeah. Or Leverkusen. He'd work at one of those teams 100%.
But I wouldn't say them teams would come in for him though.
Yeah, Bayern would just be another squad player and he'd just be riding
bench.
Yeah,
not Bayern.
Dortmund, go from one bench to another.
I could see it, yeah. Not Bayern. I mean,
Bayern's weird though, you know.
Bayern don't know what they're doing anymore. They've lost sight.
Listen, watch what Bayern are trying to do, yeah. Bayern have got, obviously Harry Kane is the striker, yeah. They're trying to get free in behind Kane. So Musiala is obviously there. They've now got Michael Elise, and they're trying to get Desiree Doué to play on the left-hand side, and with him and Musiala interchanging, because they're getting rid of Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané. I think they're trying to move on as well. Yeah. And then obviously
but he's gonna want Sané now.
Huh?
He's gonna want Sané. If I was Sané, I'd just play up my contract.
Well, there was links with Arsenal, and to be honest with you, he would be a great addition to Arsenal's squad because that would be Saka's backup in a sense. But Sané's obviously good enough to be.
You think his hamstring can handle the Premier League now?
Well, that's where again, because Sané for me is finished anyway. Like this ain't the same Leroy Sané. But
I think he goes Dortmund, if anywhere.
Dortmund.
Sané, I think Sané would do a good job at Dortmund. I think he'd do a very good job at Dortmund.
The reason I'm saying no is because I think it'll be a bit of a backward step for him coming from. I mean, because you normally go from Dortmund to Bayern.
Yeah, I know, but still, there's not many options. And like you said, his hamstring can't handle the Bayern. So
Bayern's priority right now needs to be getting Musiala signed to a new contract. Has to be their priority. And if they don't do that this year,
gonna be seeing him in sky blue.
Watch out for Desiree Doué.
Watch out! I'm watching out for who we signed to replace Mo Salah. That's gonna be an interesting signing, especially with our transfer team. It's gonna be interesting.
I think we touched on it last time, though, isn't it? For me, an ideal replacement for Mo Salah is what's available is Pedro Neto for me.
Nah, I know what you mean, but his injury record.
That's the only killer. But because the thing is, in terms of like for like replacement, you're not really going to get a like for like replacement. But
his goal return's not that good either.
Huh?
His goal return's not that good either.
I know, but you ain't gonna get no one playing on that side that's gonna have a goal return like Salah.
I even heard people say kudos, and I'm like, no, kudos don't get goals, bro.
Yeah, but then again, if Slot plays a different way, he might not be relying on Salah to get the goals. You know what I mean? Your goals might be coming from your striker this time.
Yeah,
that's why. You know what I mean? That's
one of the reasons why I said the player that makes most sense for me is Kvaratskhelia or Musiala. Like it's hard for me. I'm looking at the profile of players in world football right now. And
but you know what though. You know what though. Yeah, I know what you mean with Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, but the thing is, the Salah replacement is more important than getting Kvaratskhelia because Kvaratskhelia plays on the left hand side, and Darwin Núñez can also play there. Jota can also play there. Yeah, Luis Diaz obviously does play there. But if you look at the right hand side, the only other player that can play on that as an inverted, other than Salah, is Harvey Elliott.
But then if you look at what Slot's done in the past, yeah, he doesn't just play inverted wingers.
Oh, you know what? I just clocked who he could go for.
Go on.
Johan Bakayoko.
I knew you was gonna say that name. No, I don't want him. Don't want him. I don't think he's good enough.
But
remember, I said this to replace Salah for Liverpool. You don't have to buy like for like. You just need to have that level of quality somewhere on the pitch. So, for example, let's say you went and signed Bakayoko or whatever. You would still need to replace the quality that we would have lost through Salah. You have to buy a world beater, which is why I said, okay, Musiala can play on the right, can play attacking mid, and can play on the left. We have other players that can rotate between the front three as well. I don't include Darwin Núñez on that left side because the manager says he sees him as a striker.
As a striker, yeah.
Yeah. So for me, Luis Diaz, I'd like to see more from him, but a replacement has to be made eventually. And I think Cody Gakpo's good. I just don't want to head. I would, if I was to have an option in the squad, I would say give me a Rodrigo.
I forgot about Gakpo, yeah. Bloody hell, Gakpo.
Yeah. So I think we'll be okay. But like I said, for me, you have to find a player on the level of a Musiala to replace Salah.
And who do you think that is? Only Musiala and who else?
Now, my top targets would be Musiala, Rodrigo, Kvaratskhelia. It would have been Elise. And from the top of my head, that's it.
Yeah. Well, we can rule out Rodrigo. That's one. We can rule out Elise.
Arda Güler.
We'll rule out Arda Güler as well because he's going to be playing. He'll be playing very regularly for Real Madrid this season.
I haven't seen your first 11 video, but I can tell it's well.
Well, I'll tell you now.
Mad ideas, bro.
I'll tell you now for free. Yeah, I'll run through my Barcelona and Real Madrid first 11. Yeah. So you got Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal for Barca. Right back. It depends what's going to happen with Cancelo. Yeah. If Cancelo doesn't stay there, then I can see obviously Jules Koundé playing there, and then a centre back pairing of Ronald Arroyo and obviously young Pau Kabasi who's come through. Then left back Alejandro Balde. I think Balde could become one of the best left backs in the world as well. And then the midfield three, I'd have Frankie de Jong playing as the deep line, then Pedri, and Gundogan playing. I mean, I know Dani Olmo's coming, yeah, but I think Gundogan's a top player, man. So I don't want to drop him, but I'd probably say
twilight of his career, though,
Yeah, I know, but he's a top player, man. He's a top player. So yeah, me personally, I'd have, because the thing with Gundogan can control games, isn't it? As well, that's what I like. So I'll have Frankie de Jong, Gundogan, and Pedri. Obviously, you got Gavi coming back from injury. Dani Olmo obviously just signed as well. And I'll tell you now, there's a player called Noah Darvic. I think I mentioned to you before. Noah Darvic could be in the squad as well this season. And then you got Fermin Lopez as well. He's having a great Olympics. And they got a young Marc Bernal as well, who's they're saying he's a Busquets regen. They're saying, but I see him play that day, left-footed defensive midfielder. And in the front three, obviously Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and I want to see. I know he's got a little injury, so hopefully he ain't out for too long. But I want to see Ansu Fati back on that left-hand side. He's got the number 10 shirt back as well. Yeah, I'm saying now, Ansu Fati. I'm hoping if he stays injury-free, that Barca team is going to be dangerous. If he can stay injury-free.
That Barca team is lightweight, man. It's lightweight.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I think you're saying that because of the centre midfield, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because centrally, there's not really any still there. But I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right because, as we know, Barca dominate the ball. So
yeah, they do. But I think like now, they're not like when Pep was there. There are other teams who are better at it than them at the moment.
Yeah.
Even Arsenal's better than them.
But you never know. They could bring in someone. That's why they brought in Frank Kessie. Remember Frank Kessie? Because he was like someone that could add the physical strength in the midfield. But obviously they got rid of him. And then obviously Real
Go to
Madrid team.
Madrid though, because this is the one that's funny. Go on.
Yeah, the Real Madrid one. I've done Thibaut Courtois in goal. Obviously right back Danny Carvajal. Left back obviously be Ferland Mendy, but if they get Alphonso Davies, me personally, I don't know why Man United haven't put in a bid for Alphonso Davies. He's got 1 year left of his contract.
I just think he's going to Real Madrid. I think he's going to play his contract to go to Madrid.
But as I'm saying, if he's agreed, if he says, look, I'm only going Madrid, then fair enough. But I've not heard that. So why Man United haven't even tested the resolve, I don't know.
I think they probably asked privately. That's what
yeah, maybe. And then centre backs, Rudiger, Alaba. I think's obviously had his injury issues, so probably Eder Militao.
Yeah.
And then my midfield three is very simple, because if you're gonna have a front three, which I'll just tell you now, of Rodrigo on the right, Vinny on the left, and Mbappe through the middle, you're gonna need a mobile, and not defensive, but players that want to get out to the wide areas, to defend. So my midfield three is Tchouaméni sitting with Valverde and Camavinga playing left and right. Camavinga obviously can occupy the half spaces on the wing, just like Valverde can do on the right-hand side. And obviously, if they want to change the way they play, then Arda Güler can come in. Obviously, you might bring a Bellingham in as well. Yeah. I know you're I can see your face, so you're expecting Bellingham to be starting. Not for me. I you know what it is? Yeah, I'll tell you this now, yeah. That midfield three is going to be essential to them to play if they're playing that front three of Vinny, Rodrigo, and Mbappe. That's going to be essential, because especially in the Champions League, yeah, if they're going to play that three, they're going to need three disciplined midfielders in there. And unfortunately, Bellingham misses out for me in that position. So, he wouldn't be starting for me personally. So, yeah.
I think you're going to see Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Bellingham quite often. I don't
think
he's going
to.
Well, some variation of it. But Arda Güler.
Valverde's got number 8, by the way, now as well.
And what number does Bellingham have?
5. 5, yeah.
I guess the number 5 don't matter at Madrid no more.
No. Listen, you ain't gonna do this, yeah. I had a friend try to do the same thing, yeah. And he's the same guy that told me,
bro,
that
they're number 8, Liverpool number 7. It matters.
Wait. Let me finish. Yeah. We're not gonna go through this again, yeah, because we keep doing this, and quite frankly, we ain't going anywhere, yeah.
What number has Arda Güler got?
Wait. He's number 5, yeah. And please don't tell me he took number 5 off of Zizou. Yeah, he inherited Zizou's shirt. Yeah, he inherited, because let me remind you as well. Do you know who also wore number 5? Fernando Gago. You know who that is? Remember him, Fernando Gago?
Yeah.
Right. So Fernando Gago also wore the shirt. Yeah, after Zizou went. So he didn't take it directly off of Zizou. He took it off of Fernando Gago. Yeah.
Did I say he took it directly off of Zizou?
No. But what are you trying to hint then? What are you trying to hint?
I'm saying, like, him having that shirt, that number in that Madrid team doesn't matter.
Okay, that's good then. Fair enough.
Is that what you're saying? I'm asking, is that what you're saying?
No, because I said he wears number 8, yeah. And you
remember, I compared it.
You went to me immediately. What does Bellingham wear? So I thought you were trying to do the whole Zidane comparison.
Nah, I was comparing it to like Liverpool's number 7, number 8, those particular shirt numbers. When a player gets them,
yeah,
the club is invested in that player 9 times out of 10. It's rare that doesn't happen.
Oh, so you think because he's wearing number 5, they're invested in him?
I think they are. I don't think they would have gone so hard for him when they signed him initially. So I don't expect them to go, okay, we're not going to continue with him now after he's done so well for them. I think that'll be weird.
No. I think Bennham's gonna be there for another. I think he'll be there for another couple of seasons at most.
Bellingham ain't staying there if he's a bit part player.
Well, he better pack his bags now then.
You can come to Liverpool then. It's cool. It's calm.
Listen, if he goes Liverpool, I'm happy. I'm happy
because he'll be winning.
That midfield will be unbalanced.
He'll be holding that big ass cup. Yeah. It won't be 6 no more. It'll be 7 or 8. And you see those Premier Leagues. Yeah, well, why them League Cups?
Listen.
You'll be left behind, bro.
I'll tell you now, he will fit Liverpool's team, yeah. But I believe this, yeah. I think Gravenberch might be ahead of him if Gravenberch plays regularly this season.
I'm waiting to see what Gravenberch does because he was really highly rated.
Gravenberch is a better footballer than Jude Bellingham. He's a better footballer than Jude Bellingham.
I have to see it, man. He is. I have to see it. Remember, my arguments are consistent. I need to see it. Yeah. I've seen Bellingham do it. Yeah. I haven't seen Gravenberch do it. So you can say that, okay, in the Dutch league, yeah, he did it. But I need to see it. I've seen glimpses of how good he can be. Yeah. But I need to see it more often. That's why if I'm saying Bellingham is I'm not even just gonna go on him because I want to focus on Arda Güler because I think it would be hard for him to get game time, and I don't know how long he's gonna stay at Madrid under those circumstances.
Come to Man United. Come to Man United.
Nah, come to Liverpool, man.
There you go. Come to United. But I think with Arda Güler, there's gonna be a plan there. You know what I mean? He's gonna force his way into that team somehow. And I believe Ancelotti will
looking at
the team.
One of the reasons I say it, is not just because of his ability. Like if Odegaard was there, he'd start, we'd say he'd fit 100% fit into that Madrid team. But looking at his age and the profile of player he is, they're quite stacked. I think it's going to be hard for him to honestly get game time. The players who are going to rotate more often are going to be the forward players, and that's just to give them rest. And they have Endrick. Endrick is the star boy that they've brought now.
I'm not investing. Well, you know where Endrick lost me? Yeah, there was a recent interview I think he done, and they asked him about his best players or 5 best players. You know who the guy said?
What?
Bobby Moore.
He definitely didn't see Bobby Moore.
So you see this Endrick guy? He's finished.
Nah. Pause. Stop.
Nah, he's finished.
That's not fair. That's not fair. In this day and age, I'll give you an example of what I mean. Hold on. If someone wants to ask me musically, who's my favorite artist of all time? Yeah, my favorite artist is Sam Cooke.
Yeah, but you can't compare music and football because
no. I know what you mean. But what I'm saying is because of what you can watch, what's available to watch. You don't know what is like. For example, his parents, his dad wants to be a footballer.
His dad is my age.
Yeah, I know. So his dad could have.
I didn't watch Bobby Moore,
bro. The person that made that list is probably our age,
if not younger. I'd probably say they're younger.
And I'm saying is because of the amount of knowledge available now on the internet, it's not impossible to say that he would have watched something or been introduced to something about
I know
Bobby
for
Moore.
I know for a fact, and no one can tell me otherwise, there is no way this guy's best player is Bobby Moore.
Bro, how much of us watched Pele?
I didn't watch Pele. What my time?
But I didn't watch Pele either.
Then we don't put Pele in our top 10. Do you get what I'm saying?
No. So the thing is, Pele's in the top 10. Pele will be in the top 5 because of when you think of the World Cups, he's the only guy to win 3 World Cups. Done it when he's first.
I know what you're saying. Okay, I'll tell you why.
There's all these nostalgia things, But for him to say Bobby Moore and Harold Endrick is 16, 17. What does he know about Bobby Moore?
He probably learned. What I'm saying is a couple documentaries. You probably learned something about certain players. People have.
Well, he don't need to. He's an attacking player. Go and learn about R9, Ronaldinho.
I know, but people who've taught him football or spoke to him about football, introduced him to football, have probably spoken about certain players, and he's probably watched something and gone, "I like that about that player." There's an aspect of this person that I like, which is why he mentioned it.
I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying that. No way. There's no way you can tell me he thinks Bobby Moore is one of the top 5. Like, that's impossible. That's impossible.
Well, think about it. Why would he say Bobby Moore?
Well, he said. The thing is, I'll tell you who he said. He said Bobby Moore Cristiano Ronaldo, Bellingham.
That's around his age group, so I can understand.
Yeah, that one's
but even that, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, like he ain't seen much football clearly. But
man's a hater, you know. Bro.
No, listen, you can't listen.
No, but keep going, man.
Listen, you can't be saying Bellingham. It doesn't make no sense. Yeah,
keep going.
And you mentioned I can't remember the other players, but it was Bobby Moore. Who's it? Vinicius Junior.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so Bobby Moore, Vinicius Junior, Bellingham, Cristiano Ronaldo, I think it was, and someone else. Yeah. But Bobby Moore was number one. How?
Yeah, that would throw me as well. I'd be like, what are you talking about?
It's weird for someone to say Bobby Moore is number one in general. But what I'm saying is, it's not strange for him to say a player from that era. That's my point. Like, I would have chosen a different player from back in the day that I never watched play football, really. There's only a couple players from back in the day that I've seen a game or two. Like, I watched like one match of where Zico played. But I would still put him high on my list. Do you get what I mean? I think it's weird for him to say he's number one, but I don't think it's strange for him to say the name when anyone is talking about football. He's one of the names that will come up in terms of history. One of the names that would always come up.
Well,
I learned about Zico from my dad.
If he gets interviewed again and they proper go for an in-depth one, I hope he's got an in-depth answer to back up that statement, because that is wild to me. That is very wild. Because
usually you'd hear them mention a player from a different club that they would probably want to play for some days. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. If one of his favorite players is Cristiano Ronaldo, he would have probably looked at his time in England and then probably looked at the club and who their best players were. Maybe looked a bit about England. Maybe in his head, he would play in the Premier League. He likes the Premier League and he likes the Liga, which is why he would mention those players. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it needs his head examined, man, if you ask me, because I don't know what he's talking about, man. There's no way you can be saying Bobby Moore, personally. The thing is, I understand what you mean, man, but come on. Bobby Moore, like, I'd expect, like, Conor Gallagher.
You got mad at Bellingham being on that list?
Yeah,
no. I'm not mad at Bellingham being at this. He's gonna say Bellingham because he's at Real Madrid now. But if he thinks Bellingham's one of the best 5 players ever seen, again, he needs help. You know what I mean? Because you can't tell me Bellingham's one of the best 5 players you've ever seen.
I'm not gonna put Bellingham in my top 10. Yeah.
What?
I'm not gonna put Bellingham in my top 10.
You've been waiting for that, haven't you?
Bellingham's not even in the top 10 players for England. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Listen, let me finish. Let me land. I wouldn't put him anywhere near the top 10. But there's players that I would put in that top 10 that I've seen play football over players that I wouldn't have put in the top 10 that I didn't see play football. There's one or two from the past that I would have remembered that I would put in the top 10. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit subjective to how much he's been exposed to.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
I think the best way to end this, because we definitely have gone on. Everyone if they were being interviewed right now, everyone give their top 5.
Ooh.
No. Do you know why I'm not going to do that?
That's how we're going to. Why
not? No. Do you know why I'm going to do that? That's going to spoil it for the list.
No, we've forgotten that list. That list is that.
Put on that list, man. That list is the fire, man. You should make your own top 10 list to set it, bro. And
I'll tell you what we do. Yeah, we'll give our 5, and then we'll end it, and then we'll carry on from next thing. We'll go through it.
All right. Yeah.
Cool. Right, we'll give our 5 each, and then we'll end it, and then next week we'll discuss the 5. Yeah. So my top 5 is very, very simple, very, very easy. Yeah. So, what do you want in order?
No, it doesn't have to be in order. It's any.
Okay, my top 5: Messi, R9, Ronaldinho. I'm talking about players that I've seen. Yeah, because for me, I'm not going to include Maradona and Pele because they weren't my time.
No, we're not doing them ones. Like, forget them ones. Like all them Bobby Moores, George Best. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I've
my top 5
players that we've actually watched.
Yeah. Okay, so Messi, Ronaldinho, R9, Zidane, and who's my other one? Neymar.
Who's next?
Anyone.
All right, so mine is Messi, Steven Gerrard, Xavi.
And hey, I'm ending the stream. You listen. Let me run it through again, yeah. I'll say my 5 again, yeah.
Bro, listen.
I'll say my 5
I'll give
again,
you my
yeah.
5. You spoke. This is my plane. I'm on the sole plane now. I'm flying with fried chicken, bro. Let me land. Let me do my thing, bro. I'm saying who for me, from what I watched, yeah. So maybe these count now. So Messi, Gerrard, Xavi Hernandez, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho.
All right. Ronaldinho, Pablo Aimar, R9, Rui Costa. Oh, my 5th one might be a techie one. Because as much as I don't like him as a person, I'm gonna go with Neymar.
You like him as a person?
No, I don't like Neymar as a person.
No,
I like him as a person.
Nah,
after the context, the Ronaldo that I said was phenomenal. You know, the phenom.
Come on, listen. That's the only Ronaldo that I know. Yeah.
Okay, it's making sure.
That's the only one. I don't call him Ronaldo. I call him Cristiano.
Yeah.
Or CR7. We don't call him Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's the 3. That's the 5 we named. Yeah. So what we do? We're gonna discuss these 5 and why they are the 5 next week.
Yeah, I need to write mine down.
I don't need to, man. It's always been stored in my head. The thing is, people say Maradona, Pele, but they weren't our time. So it's only right that we do the guys.
Yeah,
that
but
we can
knowing me, I'll sit there and think, but what about Pirlo and Baggio and
Yeah, but listen,
you know what I mean?
we can't put everyone in because I want to put Iniesta in because Iniesta for me is one of the best players I've ever seen. But
yeah, in my head, I think, I should put Maldini in there, for example.
Oh, that's what
I don't like putting defenders in, man. If I'm honest. I think attackers it has to be, but yeah, guys, man, stay for coming on again. But yeah, man, we'll get back into this next Thursday, man, and we'll go through our list. Yeah,
Right, cool,
man. Definitely. Take it easy.
All right,
have a good one.
Later.